It's the 6 o'clock check-in. Come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
Hello!
It's not static AM radio.
It's the Cool Ben Red Hot Nielsen Show. Let's go. Daddy lights. Everybody's tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in. He's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock and log you with some sirloin bites. Daddy lights. Happy Friday, everybody. What's going on? It's game day. Oilers and the Minnesota Wild tonight. Good morning. Thank you very much for being here. You can text us. Inbox already taking a little bit of an early morning pounding, which I'd like to see. Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. 22 locations all the way across the country. Go see our friends at PJ's, and they'll look after you. www.parisjewelers.com. And we'll get to a lot of your comments as we work our way through the show today. It's going to be a fun one. Stoffer for Premier in the Nasty Chat says, what a cluttered mess on that side table. Yeah, the side table over there is kind of just, I mean, it's mostly my stuff, I guess. I got bottles, and there's a mic and a conch over there, and some cups and some cards. A charger, just in case anybody needs a phone charger. We probably have a mic stand. Like, pretty much all the random stuff you would need, eh?
Don't let Tommy see it. Hey.
Oh, Tommy would hate that table. He'd completely pass out. Belineski says he's here just for Gazdic's blue eyes.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
It's the main reason we were looking to add, like, make our 5th edition this year. We said, well, who should we get? Let's try to find somebody with great eyes. And then we found him. And it's Luke Gazdic, of all people.
Drive you wild, hey?
Isn't that crazy?
Wild. Just wild.
What a time to be alive. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. Where I'm going to check in on this. I'm trying to think if you can still even get the Oilers meal. It's got to be right near the end. You might have one last chance to get in and get your Ryan Nugent-Hopkins Collector's Cup. I will say this. What a run. What a run. Hyman, the Nuge, Echo Nurse. Hopefully you got all 4 cups at Popeyes. Swing on by and pick up one of their delicious chicken sandwiches. They can do no wrong at Popeyes. Let's be honest with you. Place is absolutely delicious.
Maybe the home for your pregame prior to the pregame tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
You get to do the stack, the EST pregame stack.
What a night we have on tap tonight.
It's going to get wild.
Big plans to join us. Oilers and the Wild.
Yeah.
Did you mean to do that?
We're going to be doing that all day, I think.
You are on fire today.
Look, when you get the Wild at home on a Friday night, come on.
This guy's stepping up big time.
You got to live a little, undo a button or two. Hey?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. We are going to be at West Edmonton Mall tonight. Hudson's on Bourbon Street. Pre- and post-game with Tommy Gazzola, but we're also making it an EST watch party. So we're going to have the EST crew out there tonight. If you want to swing on by, come on in. Ask Tommy Gazzola for one of those gift certificates. If you're a man, you'll get $10. If you're a lady, Tommy will give you a $20 gift certificate for some reason. We also got 50s lurking around. Here,
See if you can get one out of them.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Tommy's hanging on those things big time. big time. The inbox is already rolling. Love to see it. One of you are going to end up winning Text of the Day today. Text of the Day, of course, for A&W, introducing their new spicy piri piri buddies. They're only $3.99 each. How about this? What a deal. Each burger features the new spicy piri piri sauce, layers of crisp whole leaf lettuce, sliced tomato, red onion, all served in your choice of a chicken patty, beef patty, or hash brown patty. Tell all your buddies the new spicy piri piri buddies are just $3.99. Zip through the drive-thru. They are here for a limited time only at A&W. Lots of text messages that I want to get to. Nasty Chat's already kind of hilarious this morning as well.
Yeah.
What a night on the out-of-town scoreboard, though. Whew. Can't get any better. I mean, after losing to Boston, you're like, oh, everything's awful. Then last night, Colorado loses. I'm just looking at teams in the West. That kind of Calgary won. Kraken beat Vancouver. The Canucks have now lost 4 in a row.
And let's do the quick math here. 6 games in hand on the Canucks, 12 points back.
Win them all.
There it is.
Kraken get by the Canucks 5-2, a lock shop killer. Ugh. The Maple Leafs rolling into Vegas on the second half of a back-to-back and walk all over the Golden Knights 7-3. Austin Matthews with his 52nd goal of the season. And then the Los Angeles Kings, who are knocking right on the Oilers' door. They lose to the Preds at home in L.A. 4-1. That's just their second loss in their last 8 games. So a very nice night on the out-of-town scoreboard for your Edmonton Oilers. Vance Van Vandervan is in today. Games Friday and Saturday, and I'm going to the game on Saturday. Alcohol to my liver right now.
You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
I thought it was the Goonies
good.
clip, and then you come from over the top.
I know. I was expecting Goonies too. But Vance
Wild.
Van Vandervan comes in early with a nice tombstone drop. Well done, sir. Well done.
We got Side Hustle Cole as well, driving to Edmonton from Kelowna for a company party at the Oilers game.
Come on.
Hopefully I have signal the whole way to listen to you guys, Side Hustle Cole. I love the road trip during the show.
Oh,
There's
that
nothing
is
more
great.
I love that people give me the updates from the road.
Yeah,
But,
let us know. Let us know if you stop somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
Those
What
are
do
always
you-
fun. Road trip stops.
Oh, look at this, driving through a Sycamoose right now. So
Wow.
there you go. Yeah, put it on the map.
Side conversation here on this because of the road trip. What is your all-time favorite road trip stop? Like, you probably got some routes that you've done a bunch. What would you say is your all-time favorite road trip stop?
I burn the rubber from here to Saskatoon.
Okay.
Obviously, Lloydminster's kind of that
yeah,
middle part. On the way back home here to Edmonton, every time, my wife and I, and it's just as you're leaving Lloyd, just on the right, the Popeyes.
Yeah?
And it goes down a dream. Can't go anywhere else. We refuse to go anywhere else. Nothing hits as good as when you're going to Saskatoon, it's the A&W. On the way
right,
back, it's
yeah.
the Popeyes. It's too easy.
Hey, what are the odds? I mean, those are
It's great.
two of our major sponsors. I mean, this guy's telling the truth.
Takes care of business.
We'll make something like that up.
Good road food is key. You don't want to be, with lack of washrooms, and you don't want to be stopping everywhere. You need something that gets in there and sticks.
That's real nice.
I
I think I've got 2 all-time favorites. Grassland Wally's between here and Fort Mac. Tammy and I did a year after we got engaged when I moved here to start the 1260 show. We were like every weekend, one of us was driving back and forth to Fort Mac because we're so in love. And hit that Grassland Wally's all the time. Just like, it's the best. Part of me was only going up to Sear so that 2 hours into the trip I could hit Wally's in Grassland. Like
Something attached to
it
the
was
trip,
terrific.
eh? Long distance relationship, hey?
Yeah. For
that's how it
for
started.
a
I
whole
love
year
it.
while
I love
we were
it.
planning the wedding.
See, and
and
it can work.
yeah,
right?
yeah. Long distance can work.
Point proven.
Now we've got 2 kids
There.
and had a birthday party yesterday at Clip and Climb. And Clip and Climb seems like a pretty cool place, actually. I didn't climb anything, but I was almost there. I was almost intrigued.
Get clipped.
Well, you clip in and then you climb. It's a very cool idea.
Easy clip, yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one for me was back when I was in college, did 3 years of school in Lethbridge. So we drive lots from Cranbrook to Lethbridge. And we would stop at the in Coleman at the 7-Eleven because they had chicken on the stick, which we didn't have in Cranbrook. So me and my roommate, Robbie Lades, we'd always get fired up for that Coleman 7-Eleven chicken. Just delicious. So those are probably the 2. Trev, you got a good road trip stop?
Yeah, that's a great choice. I'm
Right?
quite familiar.
The Coleman Sev with the chicken
course,
there.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
So it's the same road.
Yeah.
Obviously I'd venture from Pincher to Lethbridge,
Yeah.
going to college there. But it was the A&W I'd stop at in Fort McLeod.
In Fort McLeod.
Yes.
It's funny you bring that up because
All-timer.
when we drive back from Edmonton to Cranbrook, what we usually do with the kids is we'll roll usually by Red Deer. Tammy's like, oh, I have to go pee or something. So we stop in Red Deer. It always pisses me off. I'm like, we just got going. We've been on the road for an hour. And then the kids are like, can we put on the iPads, Daddy? I'm like, screw it, put on the iPads. And then, our plan is usually we go to Fort McLeod, we hit the A&W, and then we turn and we head over to Cranbrook. So I know the exact A&W you're talking about. A&W, hey, your road trip, that's your road trip destination, A&W. Let's be honest, it's probably right up there. Tube Socks is in. It says the Starlight Diner car is a must stop en route to Calgary and Bowden. Oh, isn't that where they have the prison?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Well, also on the way to Nanton, just south of Calgary there,
Nanton.
Pauline Higgins owns that candy shop and flea market
right.
building, I guess
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
also a good spot. There's also a park, like a kids play park in Nanton that sometimes we stop at in the summer. It's
key
a lot
for
of
you.
fun.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun. Guys, the best road trip stop, Edmonton to Kelowna, stopping in Golden to hit a bucket of balls into a mountain. Man, how's that? That's kind of cool. I usually just want to get to where I'm going, so I'm not stopping to like take part in adventures or anything like that.
Exercise a bit, hey, get the nerves out.
Let's get to this one. What is Dad's retirement day after 38 years in the military? That's nice. Let's go with Conch there. Also, the Blairmore Coleman 7-Eleven Pee Wee hockey road trip in 95 hits. Hashtag chicken on a stick. Yes, it was the best, man. We used to just absolutely love that. All right, your best road trip stop, 780-218-9999. How ironic, because the Oilers are on a homestead. Why didn't you guys do this when the Oilers were on a road trip? That's crazy.
Does have a small town Tuesday feel to it all, though. Here I'm kind of
it really does.
Getting a few
it does, doesn't it? Austin Peterson says Vulcan and Claresholm, A&W, and the subway in Rimbey as well. Vulcan's a good gas up spot for me along the way on my way down to Lethbridge. I'll hit that Vulcan on the left there, across from the Starship Enterprise. I always roll in there. And I get gas, and then I go and I pay for it. And I walk out and I say, "May the force be with you." And then I get in the truck and I drive away as quickly as I can.
Yeah, give him the shocker.
Yeah. If you need 780-218-9999, we had a bunch of text messages much earlier in the show. This is a big one right here. This is a big one. Tommy Rubella, 5:20 this morning. May I please call upon the power of the nasty and get a good luck conch for the job interview I had while I was up there. What? Right? Tommy Rubella is based in the States, but he was up here.
He's trying.
Had a job interview. Yeah. Man, if it wasn't at Claiborne, what are we even doing here? Best of luck.
I was gonna say I didn't notice him in the studios here over the last couple of days. I don't know where maybe him and I went out.
Well, that must have been what it is
for an interview.
Can you imagine Tommy Rubella getting the gig in Edmonton
and
and moving on up? I like that. Congratulations.
Member of the Glue Crew, perhaps, eh?
Congratulations. Oh, that's the last thing we need. More members of the Glue Crew. All right. Well, Side Hustle Cole, enjoy your trip. Let us know how it goes. You're also making a trip today. The Minnesota Wild. They're rolling into town. First of back-to-backs here for the Edmonton Oilers as they go up against the Calgary Flames tomorrow. Calgary beating Boston. Calgary beats Boston? And the Oilers can't even beat Boston? What are we doing here? Man, that's some people probably said last night. So
Flames remain rooted fifth in the wild card race in the West.
This year might be my favorite text of the day. This is great. It's the first text this person has ever sent in, which I love. Welcome aboard the Paris Jewelers inbox to you.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. I love you, John. Oh, I love you, John.
First text ever, 6:15 a.m. on a Friday. All it says is McLeod was terrible in overtime against Boston. I like people who stay on point, right? Who are on task. And that's an on-task message right there. 6:15 on a Friday. McLeod was terrible in overtime against Boston.
Laying it down.
Straight up. That guy's been waiting 2 days. He's like, I got to vent.
Road
I gotta
trips,
vent
towns,
somewhere.
A&Ws, it doesn't matter.
What's this Paris Jewelers inbox?
Yeah,
What can
yeah,
I
yeah.
send there? You can send your thoughts on the Oilers there. Oh, yeah.
About time.
What about this one? I mean, that's amazing stuff. I love it. Absolutely love it. If you are watching on YouTube this morning, how about you give us a sub? How about you give us a thumbs up? All right, give us the thumbs up. Give us the sub. We're almost halfway to 7,100. So let's keep this momentum rolling over on YouTube. So tell your friends, send the YouTube link. Just send the EdmontonSportsTalk.com link to some of your friends who might not be aware yet of what we are doing here at Edmonton Sports Talk. It's a big day for Edmonton Sports Talk. More on that with, that's so good.
Are we getting Nick Bukestad?
7:30 today. Yeah, technically, Eric, I'm not sure if you knew this, but they can't acquire Nick Bukestad with any money retained until June 30th.
More on that.
And McLeod was terrible in overtime against Boston. 780-218-9999. We'll get to more of those. Let's lay out the show for you today. I says pardon. That's going to come up here before 6:30 this morning. We got to talk about something that you can really see. We'll get into that. Tales of the North, 6:30 today. Trying to follow up what some people are calling an SD caliber Tales of the North against the Boston Bruins there. Not always easy. It was Jess Jackson who nominated our Tales of the North versus the Bruins for an SD.
Her son Sheldon was loving it.
Yeah. I told her. So Jess sends a video of her son doing some Tales of the North stuff. And I replied and I said, look, if he was to work in the mainstream media for 15 years and then get fired, I could see him having a future with us.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I think
That's the path you want. Yeah.
That's a possibility there. This text is in. It says, guys, I'm listening from Roswell, New Mexico this morning.
Put it on the map.
Roswell? Like from Tony Hawk? Wasn't there a level in Roswell and Tony Hawk? Is that the alien place?
Area 51.
Roswell's something. I've heard of Roswell.
Yeah, it's like alien something.
Yeah, is that
Roswell.
Yeah, it is.
What a cool name. I love that.
I think there was Roswell in some sort of video game. Tony Hawk 2, maybe. Somebody let me know. 780-218. Anyway, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time in Roswell. The Chipman Gooser is in.
Yes.
I love the Chipman Goosers, not letting this go. Only the real 7,000th YouTube subscriber would get their name in Tales of the North. Controversy over the Chipman Gooser.
Did feature in last editions.
Tales of the North coming up around 6:30. We will crack some packs for Wayne Sports Cards coming up here around 7:45. Wayne's actually going to pop in here over the next couple of weeks.
Oh, I thought
he's going to sit right here, and we're going to talk Connor Bedard Young Gun Hunt and how ridiculous it's going to be, like how crazy it's going to be, because they've inserted the 1-of-1 now. So there's a 1-of-1 Connor Bedard Young Gun, which is going to take Series 2 for Upper Deck this year to just like the stratosphere, which is that layer of the atmosphere right up near the top, I think.
The crack pack was alive.
The crack pack was alive last night. 8-box mixer. No big deal. It was a lot of fun. Not bad, actually. Pretty decent little break last night. Probably have another one on Sunday. If you have not yet signed up at Crack Pack Card Breaks on Facebook, you are missing out on the big hits.
This text from the Fat Mandalorian. Good morning, boys. Signed up my boy for sports ball because of you guys.
Yes.
Who knew that advertising works? ! Conch me says.
You know what? In honor of the sport ball registration, and first of all, your kids are going to absolutely love it. I mean, it's just, sport ball is the best. It's the absolute best. Let's see here. Let's dive into the vault here. Let's play a little song today.
Dance Party Friday. Hey,
how
come
about,
on.
Oh boy, what should we do here? How about the PK Wizard? Josh Archibald for you on a Friday morning. Hey, remember the Josh Archibald song? This was great for sport ball.
Ever since he was a young boy, he hasn't been very tall. From Zona up to Edmonton, he's the oil fireball. Yeah, we ain't seen nothing like him, don't need no Taylor Hall. With a quick, hard snapshot, goal scored by Josh Archibald. He flies around the ice rink with terror in his his eyes. Hitting all the G-men, all the bigger guys. He plays with inspiration, bounces up when he falls. With a quick hot snapshot, goal scored by Josh Archibald. He's a PK wizard, he clears the zone so quick. A PK wizard's got such an active stick. How do you think he does it? I don't know what makes him so good. Ain't got no detractors, cause he works hard and tries. Even Gregor likes him, stick is the right size. Always makes the right play, he's not afraid to brawl. With a quick hot snapshot, goal scored by Josh Archibald.
Oh, PK Wizard. Josh Archibald. Goal song brought to you by Sportball. Best possible way to get kids into sports, it's Sportball. Your kid will have a smile on their face. There are multiple sports. Visit sportball.ca for more info on all the sports programs they offer. Spring registration is open now. And in the honor of Muzz having a birthday party yesterday, you can do birthday parties with Sportball. Marshall had his birthday party right before the pandemic hit with Sportball. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. So check them out. Advertising works with Edmonton Sports Talk. That's great. Your kid's going to love it.
Proven, yep.
You're going to text us in 5 years and be like, guys, I have to tell you, last half decade of Sportball, it's changed my kid's life. Looking forward to those.
That's where the professional career starts, right?
Yes.
That starts somewhere.
Yes.
That's where it is.
Yes. Spruce Grove Corey is in and says, never mind McLeod against Boston. Skinner and Campbell were absolute garbage against Vancouver on October 11th.
We're cashing receipts here, yeah.
Still trying to get those takes in. Yeah. I appreciate it. It's real nice. Red in this morning says, happy Drive to Survive Day, gentlemen. Oh, looks like I got little stuff to consume. I'm saving that for 2 Fridays from now. I got told last night, Tammy told me last night, she goes, hey, 2 Fridays from now, you should probably just plan to like have a little day by yourself. I was like, what? 2 Fridays from now?
Daddy Day.
I said, what's going on? And I guess one of their friends has like an evening birthday party. And she goes, when you get home from work that day, don't even worry about us. Just take the rest of the day for yourself.
Maybe a little pre-nap to get you, and then
I'm gonna
wake up.
have a nap.
A little donair to wake you up, maybe or something. I mean, let's craft this Friday.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks from now.
Big block of cheese. And
probably be the last time that happens for a calendar year. So like that's a huge day. We'll have to put in the calendar 2 Friday. Well, I'll be very fired up that morning. I'll have like 7 hours to myself. It's gonna be. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be great. You know what'll probably happen? I'll sleep for 6.5 hours. Order a donair, and then they'll be home. And be like, damn. Really should have done something.
We know where this is going.
Anyway, Drives to Survive is going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to diving into that one today. How about this? Because we're beer moguls now. We're going to have Ron and Dwayne Sutter on, the two of the Sutter brothers. Imagine if we did all 6 and we got to set the shot up like the Brady Bunch. Eric and I in the middle, 3 Sutters along the top and 3 Sutters along the bottom, and we're asking questions like this. That'd be a lot of fun. Instead, we are going to chat with Ron and Dwayne Sutter. They have a beer. We're going to try it for Beer of the Week today. Origin Malting and Brewing's Beer of the Week today. Scott will be in around 8:40. But we're going to try the 6 Sutter Shooters Lager, and Ron and Dwayne are going to join us to talk about beer memories. I'm going to ask them if they remember the very first beer they ever had. That's going back quite a ways.
6 Sutter's Shooters Lager.
The 6 Sutter Shooters Lager. Once you say it a few times, it starts to roll off the tongue. The 6 Sutter Shooters Lager.
Don't say it 3 times in a dark bathroom.
The can has all 6 of them
Dwayne
on
will
it.
appear in the mirror. Yeah.
We're gonna try it today. So we're gonna have Ron and Dwayne on. I got to ask them about 4-H too. The Sutters must have been heavily involved in 4-H.
I can't wait for this conversation to listen to
I
it.
can't wait.
That's
either.
how.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. We will have kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's 3 questions too many for Park Mazda today. Orange and Blue breakfast for Mobile One and the Blue Water Group, Blue Water Lubricants. We'll set up the Oilers and the Minnesota Wild there, and the Beer of the Week. Scott will be by, give you a chance to win a $50 gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. 780-218-9999. Let's get into I Says Pardon here. This is kind of. This is disturbing.
NSFW here.
It's this is not safe for work.
We don't have any graphics on this, do we?
If you're at work, you probably want to make sure nobody's watching. I Says Pardon, brought to you by Lawyer Central. Get a clean slate for an affordable rate, all you scofflaws. Everybody makes stupid mistakes. If you're still paying for it, you don't have to. Visit www.lawyer-central.com/pardons or call 1-888-288-8177 to find out more about getting a pardon. All across the country. You got lawyers all across the country. You got a little criminal record there that you think they can clean up. Or even if you're not sure about it, give them a call, 1-888-288-8177, and they will help you along in the process. The headline is, Major League Baseball pants are see-through. I says, pardon? What's going on here with Major League Baseball? This Fanatics deal is an absolute disaster.
Get ready, NHL, right?
Disaster.
As somebody says online, leaving zero to the imagination. Maybe it's out there. Maybe, do the Astros have something to do with this? Is this the long play to kind of get rid of the wire and everything?
All I can say is 1 strike, 2 balls. I mean, that's what's happening right now. By the way, we tied yesterday for that, Mitt. And Gager gave it to you.
It was a
controversy.
Look, the judge makes the final decision, and that's what he did.
Gager left his notes out when he was doing Hangout, and we're looking at it, and Eric and I had the same amount of points. Gager. Oh, you Gager. But still, so you're we run a business now.
Okay.
Some people would say, well, you don't worry about the quality of what you put out. Maybe we don't. Who knows? But if you're Fanatics and your role is to properly attire Major League Baseball players, I think you'd have pants that leave a little to the imagination at least.
You'd appreciate that.
How does this happen?
Like I'm watching interviews now. Like even there's no point in tucking shirts in anymore. Like that just looks
well. You see
ridiculous
the shirt
now.
tucked into, but if you
so you might just wear it out.
If you didn't see the shirt,
well, okay, but the shirt then covers the pant.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's going to lead to some issues, and it's the Costanza thing all over again when he goes to the 100% cotton or whatever, and it rains. I mean, this is
oh my god,
it's gonna be brutal. This is just spring training. This is Cactus Grapefruit League. Imagine when it's we're getting a little hot outside, and people start to sweat,
sweaty and gross.
Dog days of summer.
They got to get this sorted out, man. Like maybe Fanatics was like, you know what? Let's try to roll out the cheap ones in spring training.
See if anybody notices.
Yeah, and you see if anybody notices. And then as soon as somebody tucks the shirt in, they're like, damn it. We're going to have to completely redo the thousands and thousands of pairs of pants that we're going to get. Somebody said one of the players was quoted saying he's just going to have to go across to Dick's Sporting Goods and buy his own pants.
Well, you have to wear your shirt untucked, though. I don't. Like seeing some of these pictures with the tucked-in shirt with these see-through pants is outrageous. At least the shirt outside of the pants would cover anything and everything that would perhaps be exposed, I guess you could say. Fanatics. Love it. What a brand.
I says, pardon, Fanatics? My goodness. Get your act together. How does Fanatics keep sucking everybody in? Well, that's the ultimate play here.
Maybe you send, get a little email constructed later this afternoon. Dear Major League Baseball, these are people from the Hive Marketing, and maybe they would like to. If you're looking for a reputable brand and good quality, perhaps they could craft you some pant.
Let's put them in touch with Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out at thehiveproductmarketing.com. Matthew Awanek will personally deliver the pants to every single Major League Baseball team.
Wouldn't that be something, hey?
If that is required.
Hell of a promo video there.
If that is required.
We should get into the pant game. A good EST jean. Boot cut.
Jilly G is in and says, the shirt line is not the issue. Right? It's everything else.
Oh, no, it's not the issue, but if you don't...
it still looks ridiculous.
It looks ridiculous tucked, but if you untuck the shirt now, there's no point in tucking it in because you can still see the shirt. So, but if you untuck the shirt and leave it over the pants, you're not seeing...
The only thing worse here is if the jerseys are like 4 times bigger and it also was bunched up inside the pants. And then they all look like they got a huge ass.
Oh, no.
Right, that's the last thing.
Nothing better than baseball ass, hey? The huge old dumper there. I think, though, that this is an opportunity for us to, partnered with the Hive Marketing, to kind of jump on this. Seize the day, if you will.
Wouldn't that be something? Major League Baseball drops Fanatics, signs with Edmonton Sports Talk and the Hive Product Marketing.
Who's to say? We can make a better pant than that.
You won't be able to see their junk. Promise you that.
That can be the motto. Or something.
I like this. Sports guy slides into Nasty Chat today and says, I am a Stanley Cup champion, ex-NHL player, and there's no accountability with the Oilers.
What's going on here?
Whoa, who is this guy? Let's guess who Sport Guy is. But really obscure guesses.
Sports guy.
Yeah. Sports Guy. I'm a Stanley Cup champion, ex-NHL player, and there's no accountability with the Oilers. Who could that be? Wrong answers only. Hit us up, 780-218-9999, or in the nasty chat this morning as well. Tales of the North coming up on the other side here. We'll crack some packs as well. Oilers get the Wild. Interesting.
Their nemesis.
The nemesis.
Well.
Interesting tweet yesterday from somebody on what the Oilers need to acquire, else they won't do this. And I'll get to that. Red. Great text, Red. 780-218-9999 as far as Major League Baseball players go. William Huff can wrap their legs pregame.
Real good. Real nice.
Hey, visit them at williamhuff.com. They've been doing it since 1972. Can you see anything on our wall? Nope. That's because it was wrapped securely by William Huff. All right, let's get to what a nice start to the show today. We are off and running.
Those pants.
Let's get to a sports update right now with Lieutenant Eric.
Austin Matthews notching his 52nd goal of the season. The Leafs bounced Vegas 7-3 last night. Pretty nice out-of-town scoreboard. If you are an Oilers fan this morning, Nashville dumping LA 4-1. Kings win streak snapped at 4 games. Canucks struggles continue. They fall 5-2 to Seattle. Vancouver have dropped 4 straight. Flames top the Bruins 3-2 in overtime. Nazem Kadri with the winner. Senators beat Dallas 4-1. Dallas have dropped 4 in a row. And Detroit over Colorado 2-1 in overtime. Patrick Kane with the winner. Oilers will play game 2 of a 5-game homestand tonight against the Wild. You can join Tom Gazzola at Hudson's on Bourbon Street for the Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows. Coverage starts at 5:30 here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, the TuneIn radio app, and live on YouTube. You can also come out for this one to Hudson's on Bourbon Street for the EST Watch Party. Prizes, giveaways, and gift certificates up for grabs throughout the evening. Oil Kings on the road tonight. They're in Lethbridge to take on the Hurricanes. The club return home to host Wenatchee Sunday afternoon. 3 games in the AJ tonight. Drayton Valley at Lloyd. Canmore visit Olds, and Fort McMurray host Whitecourt. New York visit Toronto in the lone PWHL game this evening. Golden Bears hockey, they are visiting UBC tonight. Game 1 of the Canada West semifinals. Puck drop 8 o'clock. Game 2 will go tomorrow night with a Game 3, if necessary, on Sunday. Celine Sturmay's Team Alberta finishing pool play with a record of 7-1. They defeated BC yesterday 8-5. Today at noon, it'll be Rachel Homan's Ontario taking on Carrie Anderson's Team Canada. Well, Alberta goes up against Manitoba's Jennifer Jones. The winners will advance to the 1-2 game, while the losers will take on either Manitoba's Caitlin Laws or Kate Cameron. Raptors returning from the All-Star break with a 121-93 win over Brooklyn, while Steph Curry had 32 as the Warriors sunk the Lakers 128-110. 10 games around the NBA tonight, including the Raptors in Atlanta. Sports update for Green Plan. With construction season coming up around the corner, planning season is already in full swing. For all of your environmental planning needs, contact Green Plan Environmental Consultants. Green Plan can assist with any of your environmental concerns, no matter how big or small the project. Green Plan is here to help. Check them out today at green-plan.com.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielsen Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dustin and Eric and all of the bad cats. Like Wyszynski and Noodles, Gazdic and Gage. Maybe just but a cool band to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Sharky's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away? Beat left the tie of fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about Randy Canes? Macramel, Rapaport, Dragger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. I'll put him in person. Does he go for? What say you? AM Nasty Crew. We got the Nielsen Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, as somebody said, Penner's Pancake says Jaunty is going to have a tough time topping that banger. I didn't think
we
he'd ever
said that after
do
the
first
6
one,
o'clock
right?
round, so I wouldn't put it past him.
I got faith in
Oh, yeah.
Jaunty's next one slapping just as hard.
He's probably already in the lab
Just
right
as
now,
hard.
crafting up something. Hey,
Oh yeah,
he's got something.
Yeah, that's good. Strummy in the nasty chat. I went to school with a guy that tucked his sweaters in. What?
Yeah.
That's a weird look.
Then there was
That's
always
a
the
weird
kid
look.
that pulled the pants down to the ankles at the urinal, right?
Ah.
I think we all knew one of those.
Yeah, my buddy CK still does that today.
Yeah.
He's 48. Still does it. He thinks it's hilarious.
And it always catches you. I'd walk.
Yeah.
What the heck? Oh yeah, okay, it's you again. All right.
I lived with CK for a year. It was an eye-opening experience. Colby texts in and says, guys, that player in the nasty chat is 100% Mark Stone. I like Mark Stone.
How's your spleen?
Currently
Stone?
with the spleen,
Yeah.
having issues, but still on here, hitting us up in the nasty chat, questioning the other's accountability. I appreciate it. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Sports guy, whatever the name was, is former Colorado Avalanche goalie Stéphane Fassé.
Yeah, I'm here for the Fassé overtaking the Ron Francis talk on this show. Hey,
Yeah.
why not? Dawning of a new day.
Pulled a Ron Francis last night in the crack pack. It was
didn't.
a glorious
You
moment.
didn't.
It was a glorious moment. All right. You can keep these flying in 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat. The Edmonton Oilers get the Minnesota Wild tonight. Well, we also had a submission from Atif today. I almost totally forgot about it.
Oh, how could you?
Atif sent in another song here in the 6 o'clock hour. I think immediately after waking up.
It's borderline sexy. I mean, this is like Fanatics MLB pants here, you know, first thing in the morning, slapping you across the face.
You can see too much here.
He rolls around out of bed and,
Just a quick little tease of that.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
see. Let me know if you want the rest of it, okay?
Good morning, AM Nasties. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na. The Nielsen Show is on the air. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na. They're up to their hijinks.
Let's just leave that there.
yeah.
Let's just leave that there.
Hijinks, good spot
Do we
to
want the rest of it
jump
or
off.
not? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And it sounds like Atif's trying to not wake anybody else up. All right, it's like he's laying in bed next to somebody. It's like he rolls over and he's on his phone. He's like, it's Nielsen Show.
6 o'clock in the morning.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, Atif, quiet. Told you to stop singing these random songs at 6 a.m. Anyway, Wheels is he's a national treasure. He's our man in the chair. He's the best. Anyway, that goes on for a minute and 49 seconds.
Yeah.
We only played the first 30
you
seconds.
can fill in the rest, I guess.
I haven't even listened to the rest of it, but it's quite something. It's quite something. All right, let's get into Tales of the North as the Oilers get the Minnesota Wild. Edmonton, man, you don't want to drop the first two of a 5-game homestand. What do they call a homestand? Because on the road trip, it's a roadie.
A homie.
No, it can't be a homie. That's such a lame thing. I wonder what the guys call it, you know?
There's got to be some sort of lingo in the
cool
room.
name.
Yeah.
Some cool name. Are you ready to go? Where's my
Ready when you are, sire.
All right. Here we go. Tales of the North, Oilers and Wild tonight.
Who owns the North? Who owns the North? Show me!
Oh, Connor DeWar, you aren't fit to hold the name bestowed upon you at birth.
Tonight in the North, a group of wild men from the land of 10,000 lakes has arrived in the capital region, seeking a pair of points from the protectors of Rogers Place. Connor the captain, the most dangerous weapon in all the land, has his mind set on a thievery of his own. Failing to strike for what seems like a fortnight, the leader of the Orange and Blue, will look to make an impact in the form of acquisition. 2 valuable pieces for this spring's campaign. 'Tis be sitting there for the taking. The one they call the Flower, and his jolly friend, the biggest of rigs, will cry for help this eve. Take us, they will say. Take us, they will plead. For they have the experience you so desire to get your hands on Stanley's silver chalice. These are the tales of the North, and may they be heard far and wide across this great land.
Oil country, we heart you. Let's get wild!
Tales of the North. Oilers, Minnesota Wild tonight from the land of 10,000 lakes.
Okay.
Oh. I get it. I get it. Well done, sir.
Hey.
Well done, fine, sir.
Masterful gambit.
780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. The Oilers and the Wild tonight.
The Atif. I mean, he's getting the. We kind of feel wrong going after that audio doing Tales of the North, right? We should have done Tales of the North. Give the people what they want afterwards. The main event, the main course in Atif in his 2-minute long sultry text.
That's true.
Sounds like Atif's wheels are coming off. That comes in from Strummy. I think sultry was also texted in.
Very sultry. It is sultry.
He's a sultry boy.
He's a sultry fellow. See where it goes. Let's just see where it goes.
Are we just going to bookmark it throughout the show?
With all the fun and laughter to care. Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric, Matthew Ewanek, YouTube Trev, and Zach the Cum.
Let's just leave it there. We're 50 seconds in. We got about a minute left.
Big Maple says, Atif sounds like me when I was 22 and tried to call in sick for work, but I was still wasted from the night before.
Yeah, I've been there. A few save-on foods would tell you how that goes over, I think.
I won't be able to come into work today.
Gear down.
Yeah, you won't.
It's gonna get too warm.
Yeah.
It's gonna get too warm in the cloak. Now we're back on track. Okay, so yesterday somebody tweeted at me and said, if the Oilers don't get top 6 forward, a third-line center.
Sounds like a threat.
Third-line center and an upgrade on CC, they won't make it past the second round. Sorry to get all super serious on everybody now, but let's have this discussion before we crack some packs from Wayne Sports Cards, obviously. What do you think?
So again,
if they don't
do this,
if the Oilers don't acquire a third-line center and an upgrade on CC, they will not make it past the second round.
So
of the playoffs.
it's a both. They have to do both. It can't just be one.
Has to
be both, or he's not getting past the.
Saying both. What say you? Nasty chat, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999.
I don't think they have to do both.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where they end up.
Sure.
I mean, if they can still track down the Canucks 12 points back, 6 games in hand, if you could somehow finish first in the conference and then you get that 8th place team, you're going to feel pretty good about your first round matchup. And then you see where it goes from there. If they have to end up playing Vegas in the first round, which is what it would be if the playoffs started today. I know many people think that maybe they probably couldn't even get by Vegas with the lineup that they have. I think they could. I think they beat Vegas. I said it right after the game in Vegas when we were in Vegas. I think they can beat Vegas with the lineup they have right now. Obviously, they need to play better than they have recently, but I think they're capable of it. But I do think it's interesting. Do they only get out of, if they can get to the second round, I'm not trying to jump the gun here, but this was the question. This was the comment on Twitter. The Oilers will not advance past the second round of the playoffs if they don't acquire a third-line center and an upgrade on Cody Ceci. YouTube, Trev, do you agree with that statement, or do you think it's probably maybe a little bit too dark and gloomy right now?
I was just going to say, for sure, when the Oilers were playing really good, the scoring was down. And, for the opposition, right? They weren't letting in the goals. So you get a replacement on Ceci, but I'd put I think the replacement, it's got to be Vincent Desharnais. You know, you get that replacement. CC goes into the third pairing with Brett Kulak, and then you have a better, second pairing right shot. Because I'm sorry, like one thing I noticed at the game, and it was so nice just to be at the game. There's so much more you just get to see, and as far as playoffs go, boys, like it's all under pressure, right? It's big moments under pressure. And Vinny cracks. He cracked like 3 times under pressure. He doesn't quite have it. And that's all that playoffs is. Like he was behind the net. Someone just swooped on in, took the puck from him like it was nothing. So I really think the Vincent Desharnais, like if you're satisfied going into the playoffs with him as your third, right shot guy on defense, like that's a problem. That's a big problem that they need to address. So I think for sure you replace CC. Well, like you have someone in CC's spot, but he goes down to the third pairing, and Vinny's
CC down to Kulak. Then you have a full blown veteran third pairing, and you have somebody up. I had it. We were going to get into this on Oil Streamer, 2 guys and a goalie earlier in the week. I had Vincent Desharnais as like the photo on the graphics, but we totally forgot to get to it. But I was going to say, like, do you have to upgrade somewhere on that right side so you don't have to rely on? And Desharnais taken strides compared to where he was, but I think Trev makes a good point. In the playoffs, things are going to be a little bit different. Things are going to be ramped up a little bit. Does he have the processor to handle the game quick enough that you're going to be needing in the playoffs? And once again, if you're to bring in somebody that you would view as an upgrade on CC can bump down now. CC might have to move out if you're trying to bring in an upgrade on because of just contracts in general. But just your thoughts on that. Can they not make it to a conference final if they don't bring in a third line center, and if they don't upgrade? Is it just like no chance? 780-218-9999 or hit us up in the nasty chat this morning. Sailor says, I think getting Tanev would be a great addition. Even the Oilers only did what I think they have talent to go a long way to win it all.
KCF says reality check need both plus a goalie to get beyond 2 rounds. So he's adding on to that threat.
Like the team we're seeing right now is not good enough to get past the second round. If you can get past Vegas in the first round, you probably get the Canucks in the second round. You don't think the Edmonton Oilers, as they're constructed right now, are good enough to knock off the Vancouver Canucks?
They could be. In a 7-game series,
they could beat the Vancouver Canucks right now.
I think all these teams are in that could be,
If you took the Canucks and the Oilers right now in a best of 7, I think you'd probably find it, people in Edmonton would pick Edmonton, people in Vancouver would pick Vancouver, and people in the neutral would probably side with Connor McDavid because he's Connor McDavid. Canucks would have an advantage between the pipes with Demko, for sure. I think it'd be a great series. I'm not going to sit here and say, as they're constructed right now, there's no chance the Oilers beat the Vancouver Canucks. I think that's probably a little bit of a panic statement.
You'd want to do these moves, and maybe even to KCF's point, do all 3 in a perfect world.
Of course, yeah.
But you can't. So, and to the point of that tweet, if they don't make those 2 moves, both on the blue line and 3C or whatever it was, you're telling me that they're not going? No, I don't buy that. You'd like to make those moves. It would better your chances. It would increase your depth and everything like that. But tell me if you don't make 2 of those that you're not going to. I'm not buying that. I can't. I will not.
If you're listening on TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com and you want to chime in, of course, it's easy. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And you can hit us up in the nasty chat as well if you were watching on YouTube. A couple of late conch requests that I want to get here. We got Zacticum's here today. He's our map guy. We've had some. Where is the one?
Yeah,
here we are.
Roswell.
Here we are. Well, yeah, Roswell. People were like, Dusty, that's the first thing you think of? But Roswell, this one's good. Guys, checking in, unfortunately on a bit of a delay, from Kilwa, Masoko, Tanzania. That's cool. I don't think we got Tanzania on the map yet.
It'll be a first.
That's a nice one. And then somebody just submitted via the website. On the website, we've got like a submission contact form right at the bottom. We got a lot of action off that. Dom hits us up there and says, morning, boys. Checking in from Mazatlan. Ate something funky off the street on day 1 and I haven't been able to trust a fart for the better part of a week. Conch me.
What a trip.
All right. So Tanzania, Roswell, Mazatlan on the map today.
We're off and running.
Wow. Edmonton Sports Talk, eh? That's a lot of fun.
Huge in Mexico.
Let's crack some packs this morning. Why not?
If you see a card store on the side of the road, you think, gotta tweet it to the
Crack pack, yeah. I'm tracking down all the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today.
I got me a card, it's a heck of a pull, and we're tweeting it out to the crack pack. I got me a canvas, it's worth about 20, so hurry up and sell it to get more money.
The crack pack is a little long game where we can crack together. Crack pack, baby.
A crack pack, baby.
Crack pack, baby, crack pack. Crack pack, baby, crack pack. Crack pack, baby, crack.
All right, let's crack some packs for Wayne's Sports Cards. If you've not yet been to Wayne's, we had Lacombe Dew in yesterday.
Yep.
With his boy, and they'd come in from Lacombe to pick up some Edmonton Sports Talk hats. They were going to the Science Center, nice little day off for the family, and then they were going to hit up Wayne's. You'll love to see it.
Got Dustin with a Y, one of our residents.
Yeah, what's his day today? Yeah.
He's coming over and doing a little work at my place, and he's going to hit up Wayne's prior to the EST watch party down at Hudson's Bourbon. That's an afternoon, baby. Little hard work, little reward, and then enjoy the evening.
That's a perfect day.
Yeah.
That's a perfect day right there. Wayne's, just north of West Edmonton Mall, right there by the Italian Center Shop and a McDonald's and a Boston Pizza, all right in that little area. Pop on by, see Wayne and Nikki. And we've got Upper Deck Series 2 just around the corner. Connor Bedard Young Gun hunts about to get going, including the search for the Connor Bedard 1 of 1. And we're going to have Wayne in over the next couple of weeks because I want to talk about Upper Deck going to the 1 of 1 Young Gun. They haven't done this before. Are they doing it because of Bedard to crank it up to another level? So we'll get into that a little bit. We are Connor Bedard rookie hunting right now with the classic OPC, the old starter kit for sports card collecting fans. Many of you probably have a bunch of OPC maybe from the 80s. That stuff's not bad value. If OPC from the 90s, you got nothing. No value there. But we got some packs here.
Put it in the bike.
Take a couple of those, Rick.
Yeah.
I'll take a couple of these. Zacticum, open up that.
Crack one
YouTube,
there.
Trev.
Crack one there.
Ooh, nice catch, Trev. One-handed. Beautiful. So we're looking for that Connor Bedard rookie. So let me know if you pull the Connor Bedard. Adam Lowry. Sir Thomas Chabot.
John Tavares.
This is a nice looking one. Look at this. A Fanaseyev. Oh, you got the blue one there. Yeah, I got like a gold one. That's nice. Real nice.
Owen Beck.
Noah Gregor.
Oh, boy.
On San Jose, though, not Toronto.
Oh.
Perfetti, Jones, the Cooch, Foligno, and Jack Roslovic. No Oilers from our packs.
Nope.
Trev, you can't open your pack? What's going on, buddy?
I'm working on it.
Get the knife.
You okay?
Get the man the knife.
You know, I just realized, boys, when my wife said 2 Fridays from now, I can have like the rest of the day after the show and not have to worry about family stuff. That's trade deadline day. We're gonna be here till like 3:30 that day. There's gonna be no time.
Yeah, you got no time.
What a sly dog
but
my
you know
wife
what?
is.
A nice rewarding donaire after a day like that. Might
Yeah,
be in the cards,
maybe
right?
show
That's-
afternoon donaires.
You can make something work there.
Zacticum is opening Trev's pack for him.
Wow.
No Oilers. Oh, Shane Wright, Keandre Miller, Dylan Gunther, Brian Dumoulin.
Jeff Carter. That's as close as I'm getting to any Oilers here.
Jeez. Zacticum, no Oilers, no nothing? What? Come on, Trev, get that Bedard.
Elias Lindholm.
Is that Cassian?
Oh, give me that one. The muzzle want that one. Yeah.
Slap it.
Oh, the muzzle love that. Shit like that a lot. Anyway, Upper Deck Series 2 is not far off. I popped by Wayne. I mean, Wayne's is a great place. If you haven't been in there yet, they got the Legos, they got the Magic cards, they got all the card supplies you would need. They got a bunch of cards that you can just go in and buy that are in the display cases.
Legos, pucks,
and then the boxes
all
of boxes among boxes among boxes. It's a good time in there. What'd you? Let's see that Cassian. Let's see this. Oh, on the oil still too. It's probably one of his last cards on the Oilers. So that's real nice. Look at Trev's got a card cam. We don't even have a card cam really. A lucky guy.
Cam.
Yeah, that's real nice. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And we'll get to a few more of your text messages as they continue to roll in this morning. Oh, Tom Dixon's mustache slides in. Says, people just want to be right if the Oilers lose. The roster is better than it was 2 years ago, better than last year's roster. And at the end of the playoffs, how many people said this team would have won it all if they'd won that series?
Well, he's got a bit of a point there.
Tom Dixon's mustache makes a great point.
That people just want to be right.
Well, even this year.
That's pretty much the point.
How many times have we said, well, whoever won that Oilers Golden Knights series would have won the Stanley Cup? And I still believe that. If the Oilers would have beaten the Golden Knights last year, I think they would have won the Stanley Cup.
And when we were down in Vegas and that game was tight and close, we did say the next morning that you run this thing back and forth and you have a 7-game series. It can go either way. So
a lot of things can happen over a 7-game playoff series. To say that there's no chance they can advance past the second round without acquiring a third-line center and an upgrade in the top 4 on D is just, it's just a, you're a negative Nelly.
It would help and go a long way, but it doesn't. If none of that happened, there's still something there. There's still a team in there, hey?
There's a team in there for sure. Here's our friend from Lacombe who was in yesterday.
Yeah, you've created. Yeah.
This is good. I love this. Get him hooked young. Kid goes to Wayne's for the first time yesterday, and last evening I hear him downstairs making his own crack pack break video. You've created a monster. I had a lot of time for that. I got a lot of time for 7-year-old kids running breaks at school with other kids using their lunch money to buy in.
He's got the gloves.
Oh, yeah. The whole thing. He's got a bell.
He's got the Poe.
Yeah. It's he's got the Cameron Poe card I use to cover up the bigger breaks. Well, welcome to the family, young man.
Yes. Welcome
to the family. All right, coming up in hour number 2, busy show continues. Luke Gazdic's going to pop by. We'll get his thoughts on the Oilers and Wild. We'll get his thoughts on the Oilers and Bruins. We haven't chatted with Luke since the Oilers lost that thriller to the Boston Bruins a couple of nights ago. We'll get into your cool bet hotline of the day coming up around 7:30. That's good. We got some big news here for Edmonton Sports Talk. We're going to get into that around 7:30 this morning. And then Ron and Dwayne Sutter are going to pop by around 7:45 today. They are now in the beer business with Origin Brewing, the 6 Sutter Shooters Lager. And we're going to try that later today during Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week, where we're going to catch up with 2 of the Sutter brothers and talk about their time in the National Hockey League, talk about the let's see if they can remember the first beer that they ever had. If you have your first beer story, fire that over. And I want to find out. The Sutters must have been heavily involved in 4-H. I get into this. So Gazdic on the way, though, coming up here just after 7 o'clock this morning. 6 o'clock hour is now come and gone. Let's get to a sports rewind with Lieutenant Eric.
The Edmonton Oilers play Game 2 of a 5-game homestand tonight against the Wild. You can join Tom Gazzola at Hudson's on Bourbon Street for the Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows. Coverage begins at 5:30 here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, the TuneIn Radio app, and, of course, live on YouTube. And also come out for this game, 2 Hudson's on Bourbon for the EST watch party tonight. We'll all be there. Prizes, giveaways, and gift certificates up for grabs throughout the evening. Last night, Austin Matthews with his 52nd goal of the season. Leafs over Vegas 7-3. Nashville beat LA 4-1. Kings' win streak snapped at 4. Canucks' struggles continue. They fall 5-2 to Seattle. Vancouver have dropped 4 straight. Flames over the Bruins 3-2 in overtime. Sens over Dallas 4-1. Dallas also have dropped 4 in a row. And Detroit beating Colorado 2-1 in overtime. Patrick Kane with the winner. Oil Kings on the road tonight. They're in Lethbridge. The club will be back home to host Wenatchee on Sunday afternoon. 3 games in the AJ tonight. Fort McMurray host Whitecourt. Canmore visit Olds. And the Bobcats are at home to Drayton Valley. New York at Toronto tonight in the lone PWHL game. Golden Bears hockey visit UBC tonight. Game 1 of the Canada West semifinals. Puck drop 8 o'clock. Game 2 will go tomorrow night with a Game 3 if necessary on Sunday. Over to the Scotties. Selena Sturmay's team Alberta finishing pool play with a record of 7-1. They defeat BC yesterday afternoon 8-5. Today at noon, it'll be Rachel Homan's Ontario taking on Carrie Anderson's Team Canada, while Alberta will go up against Manitoba's Jennifer Jones. Raptors returning from the All-Star break with a 121-93 win over Brooklyn, while Steph Curry had 32, leading the Warriors over the Lakers 128-110. 10 games around the NBA tonight, including the Warriors back on the court when they visit the Hawks. Sports Update, Sports Rewind, brought to you by Universal Rewind, industrial electric motor sales and service. Servicing many industries we rely on daily, from agriculture and aggregates to food processing and industrial manufacturing. Choose expertise, experience, quality. Choose Universal Rewind.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.702 on a Friday morning, on a game day morning, as the Edmonton Oilers get the Minnesota Wild tonight. Second game of a 5-game homestand. Calgary Flames rolling into town tomorrow. 0 degrees in Edmonton right now, looking for a high of around 8 degrees for today. Cools down starting on Monday, and overnight lows in the 20s and teens for basically an entire week. Got some snow on the way at the end of the weekend as well, which we haven't said very often so far this winter. You can text us anytime. Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. Get yourself in the mix for the A&W text of the day. We're going to bring in Luke Gazdic here in a moment, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialists. You can find them just north of the Yellowhead on St. Edward Trail, 128th Ave. Visit them online at proamsports.ca. Like you, they are sports nerds too, recently announcing signings with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Dylan Holloway. And Jack just texted me this. This is great. They had ES-tiers from Illinois, Utah, and Lake Placid yesterday in the store.
It's a good mix.
They're in town for the Oilers homestand. He says, turns out people in the U.S. are sports nerds too. Of course they are. Huge sports nerds down south. But how about that? Just yesterday, at Pro-Am, the AM Nasties from Illinois, Utah, and Lake Placid.
Open a currency exchange over there, hey? All this out-of-towners stuff.
I think
put it on the map.
Jack only accepts American dollars. That's it.
That's what he trades in.
And by the way, Lake Placid, remember that movie? Yeah. Betty White and an alligator. And I mean,
a big one.
Whoever put that plot together, just they nailed. What are we gonna do? I got $10 million. Let's make a movie. How about one of the
Give me a
Golden
name,
Girls?
give me a monster. Give me an animal and a place.
Alligator. Betty White. Done. Let's make it.
Where?
Lake Placid.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
I think I only watched that movie once, which is okay. You don't need to watch Lake Placid more than once.
One more time than I did.
I might want to circle back around to it at some point to see if it was much of a train wreck as I remember.
AMC this weekend.
Well, and she was weird because she was like feeding and growing the alligator. A real creepy lady there.
And they grow up.
Yeah. All right, Oilers get the Minnesota Wild tonight. We're killing time here. Luke Gazdic, sorry, Luke. We kind of got sidetracked there on that classic alligator movie. That's our bad. How you doing this morning, buddy?
Oh, it's all good, boys. Pretty good. How are you doing?
We're doing just fine. I'm assuming you haven't seen Lake Placid, probably?
No, I have not. I'm trying to remember what you're talking about. I have no clue.
Pretty awful movie, if I recall. Anyway, don't waste your time with it.
Straight to VHS.
Don't waste your time with it. Hey, we're going to get to the Oilers and Wild tonight. Want your thoughts on Oilers and Bruins, too. But you were down in Dallas, the alumni game last weekend. How'd that go? You have a good time?
Yeah, that was great, man. Quick trip for me. Got in and out, but very hospitable of the Stars alumni. It's a pretty cool setup they have down there. They skate every week. They kind of, have a community of guys down there. And I don't know, it's just really fun to be down, man. I had the feelings and emotions going, to be honest. I was right down there at ice level while the guys were warming up. And I was actually at the hotel when Brownie, Gags, a couple guys were walking out. So I got to see a couple guys as well. And it was just nice to be down there, man. And the game was awesome. The place was rocking. Yes. I forgot how good of a building Dallas is to play in. It's a good hockey team, good building. But yeah, I was down there with Gene before the game, and all the boys were running out on the ice. I was getting a couple taps from the guys, and I was just I was feeling good, man. I was ready to sprint out there with them.
I was watching you with Gene there before the game, and you did look pretty fired up. I was like, look at Luke. Like he wants to get right back onto the ice. I thought that was pretty good. Did you light up the alumni game?
You know what? We won 8-7, and I had 3 apples. So
those
no
count too.
goals, but No goals. You know what? I got to play on a line with Eric Cole, who I hadn't seen in a long time. So he actually started with the Stars alumni, but he got traded to us because we actually didn't have 3 lines. So it was cool, man. We had a great group of guys, and they let fans stay and watch. I wish I could have potted one, but they had Kari Lettinen playing in net, so I don't feel too bad about not scoring.
Did you drop the mitts at all?
No, never again. Never again.
I want you to be known as guy who goes to alumni games and charity events and fights people.
Just goes at it.
I think right now George
I'm
Rock
not
kind of
gonna lie,
has
man.
that title.
You might,
Yeah. That's,
yeah, and you know what? Big George, we've played in a couple tournaments, especially like the Hockey Helps the Homeless one in the summer, which is supposed to be for charity.
Yeah.
And I saw Big George get real mad last year. Hey, there's every now and then, man. And it was Edmonton last year too. There was something about this tournament. We were getting pumped by this team, and this one kid kept selling. And that was the first time I had to go skate over to someone and be like, "Hey, you better settle down."
Well, last year, I think it was last year's event, we talked about on a couple of our shows here. Steve McIntyre and George LaRock almost went at it, which would have been amazing. Like people would pay $50 a head to just sit there at Terwilliger Rec Center and watch that.
Give me 5 rounds.
You mentioned Dallas in there. Since that loss to the Oilers, they've lost 4 in a row now. Lost to Ottawa again last night, but they look like a really good team, don't they? What's up with the Stars, do you think?
Just inconsistent. Honestly, even before that game, I still see them as one of the best teams in hockey. They don't always get the goaltending when they should be, and their forward core is amazing. They run all 4 lines. They're just inconsistent in their scoring, but I still think they're a threat, a huge threat, especially in the Central. It really bugs me the way I understand that's the way hockey is, but getting out of your division now first, it bugs me that one of the 3 of Colorado, Winnipeg, and Dallas is going home real early. But I still think they're a force to be reckoned with. I think Jim Nill's going to go make a nice move at the deadline too. I would be stunned if he didn't.
What type of move might that be in terms of area or personnel, Luke, would you think?
I don't think he wants to mess with the forward core too much. I think he looks at adding a defenseman. Now, who that is, I don't know. I'll have to put my GM cap for this one, but I actually like the way their forward core is structured. If they do, it'll be a veteran guy up front in their bottom 6, but I think they're going to be looking at a defenseman.
Luke, you've also been likened to the McDavid of the Dallas Stars alumni in our text box
with the
morning.
assists.
So congratulations on that one. Just getting
Hey,
back to-
actually, sorry. Mac T said after the game, he was talking to Hemmer, and he said, "Gaz, you're probably the first player I've seen that got better at hockey in retirement."
That's quite the honor.
There's got to be an award that we can name after you for the NHL award ceremony. The Minnesota Wild in town tonight. Streaky team as well, kind of like the Oilers this season, but Edmonton, it's always, whenever you mention the Wild, there's a bit of an uneasiness. Competing for a wild card spot right now. What can you tell us about Minnesota heading into tonight's game here in Edmonton against the Oilers?
Desperate hockey team, and that can never be overlooked. Like you said, really streaky throughout this year, but I think they're 8-3-1 in their last 12. And what I love about Mini is they battle. They grind. It's if you're going to beat them, it's still not an easy 2 points. They're never really out of the fight. I go back to the game they played at Rogers a couple months ago now, right? 4-3. It's very tight checking with them. They've been through a couple coaches, but they still play the same way, just very structured. I sense another one of those tonight, maybe a little lower scoring, but physical. And they have the scoring touch too. Kaprizov's coming on here, and it's just never an easy 2 against the Wild. It's a team that down the stretch here, desperate looking for playoff points. You can never overlook these guys. It's going to be a battle.
Yeah, they've won 5 of their last 7 and put up 10 on the Vancouver Canucks, who lost again last night. They have now lost 4 in a row, like the Dallas Stars, as we were mentioning a little bit earlier on. The Edmonton Oilers coming off that game against the Boston Bruins, which was a wild one. The Oilers allow 3 goals in the second period again, have a great third, get a point, and then end up losing in overtime. Luke, are you at all concerned about Stuart Skinner since the All-Star break?
I'm not. No. I mean, I've been hearing a little discourse on him maybe getting a little tired. You don't love to see a goaltender give up 6 goals in a game, but no, I'm not. I think the season comes up and down. And the incredible hockey game, by the way, the other night.
Cool.
He's not someone that I'm too concerned of. I think the stamina is something to keep an eye on, but they'll mix Pick in here and there. And I think Pick's been great when they've had to use him. But truthfully, I do not have too many concerns about Stu. I think he's the guy. You got to lean on him. There's going to be games like that. And right now, he is a guy that if I'm listing my concerns with the Oilers, he's not near the top.
Ryan McLeod sliding over on the wing last game. He has produced when he's been on the wing. When he's been on the wing, it's been with Leon Draisaitl. When we're with Leon Draisaitl, you get opportunities to produce. Where do you I think people in town like McLeod on the wing. They could certainly use him, though, as a third-line center. Where do you think McLeod makes the biggest impact for this roster where it's currently constructed?
I love him on that third line left wing spot. There's two things with Ryan that I would love to see, and it's him not play as much down the middle. I think that's something I can agree with Oiler fans. And listen, playing on your offside, even if it's with Leon Draisaitl in the National Hockey League, is tough. Everything's on your backhand. The whole ice is in your peripherals. It takes a special type of player on the front side and the back side if you're playing defense to play on your offside. I love him in that third line left wing spot. I think that's where he should be. I think he looks way better as a winger. He can attack more. He can drive more. There's just a lot of responsibility that comes with playing center ice. And I'm not saying he's not ready for that, but I think he looks much better slotted on his strong side as a winger, probably on the third line.
Speaking of wingers, we were having this conversation yesterday on Two Guys and a Goalie with myself and Cass and Joaquin Gage, and it was, Evander Kane's already got 20. He didn't have a great overtime against Boston. We were just wondering, where does he fit best? With Nuge and McDavid and Hyman playing so well, he's kind of been with Draisaitl for a lot of the year. I don't know if there's any, a lot of natural chemistry between those two. Where do you think Evander Kane fits best on the Oilers?
Man, that's a good question. Honestly, you have to play him with your center that you feel most comfortable with, that's responsible defensively.
Okay.
And I think he just recently has been, man, I hate to use the word liability because he really hasn't been, but he made some suspect plays the other night against Boston. Even Pasternak's goal, he just throws a puck from his left side in the defensive zone, just across the ice to nobody, and Pasta comes back in and picks it up. There's just a couple subtle little lapses in judgment for him, and I think you have to play him with someone who's going to be there and be behind him if those mistakes happen, whether that's Connor, whether that's moving Nuge back. I don't know how that works. I just think you have to have someone that's very responsible defensively with him, because he isn't always that guy.
As always, Luke, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll chat with you next week, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Go Oil.
There you go. That's Luke Gazdic, Sportsnet, Mitsoff Podcast. Find him a bunch of different places. He'll be in town for some of the charity events coming up here as well. Brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Visit them at proamsports.ca, and I think all of you do. It was nice hearing that all those people who came up from the States were sliding on into Pro-Am. That's cool.
They've gone international.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's bottom line is, Jack and Ken, I don't know if you guys want to, I don't even know if you want to hear this, but I think you should open up 12 locations south of the border.
Well, and just look, if people are listening.
Shoot high, shoot big.
And people are listening south of the border and beyond other borders, but I mean, you can always visit Pro-Am Sports online as well.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could do that. I guess you don't need to open up 12 locations south of the border.
The fun of going into the shop, and I know when you're on the tour, but if you want to live the life that these Americans are living right now, you can just check them out, proamsports.ca.
No, you know what ends up happening with Pro-Am? We said we've got big news today. And we're going to get to that around 7:30. I think Trev's going to post a video at 8 o'clock on social media. We're going to let you in on the deets a little bit earlier.
We have a video drop.
But yeah, a video drop. Oh, cool. Yeah. Video dropping at 8 o'clock today.
Trev's dropping it.
On our Edmonton Sports Talk Twitter account and on Facebook and stuff. But yesterday I tweeted, I said, big news tomorrow on the Nielsen Show. And somebody replied. There was a lot of good replies.
The wrong answers are always the best, are they not?
My favorite one was Shanks. Like, because we always been talking about that.
The candle still burns. We're holding on.
But no, I was just thinking, when we take over the Shanks building and reopen the bar, we'll probably just put the bar in the middle, have our studios over on the right side.
Sure.
We'll have some simulators in there, maybe some games. But it's funny because rolled into, Murray McCourt was texting us being like, guys, let's make Shanks work, which makes me think golf sim, right? You can put a golf simulator in there somewhere. Murray's there
We're
teaching
dreaming.
lessons.
Murray's already living a reality when it comes to Shanks.
For all we know, Murray's already purchased and or is renting Shanks right now. But then I roll into Wayne's last week, and Wayne was like, hey, what about this Shanks? He looked it up, 28,000 square feet. I was just like, all right. I was like, okay. He goes, it's not that crazy. But then I was thinking, Pro-Am boys, 100%.
Oh.
Right? Like you roll in, and it's just the EST fun zone. Like you can come in, you can have beer, you can have lunch.
Jerseys
you can watch our shows on the right. You got jerseys
yeah.
everywhere. You want to hit like the F1 simulator, the golf simulator, you can hit those. And then over on the one side, you got, Wayne's in the one corner, Pro-Am's right here. Up on
you could have lots of room for signing. Imagine the player signings. You could have tables of athletes.
Signings.
Just
so many signings. And the bar is not as big as it used to be. We're going to take some of that space and use it for other forms of revenue, obviously. But you can only get like 10 food items. Like it's a short menu. Come in, all the beverages you want, but there's like 10 items on the menu. But they're all delicious.
A couple food trucks in there.
Yeah.
Dream big. The Shanks, abandoned Shanks building to Pro-Am Sports. You're going to live with me now.
You're going to live with me now. Yeah, I'm going to take care of you. Because I love you.
I love you, John.
Oh, I love you, Son.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm starting to wonder if it's enough space.
Dusty, imagine how badly you could get hurt with enough room in Shanks for a full-sized basketball court.
Full-sized basketball hoop.
Imagine the dunk competitions then.
I'm thinking
blowing both knees.
I'm thinking like a slam ball style court where there's just like one huge trampoline and we just do sweet dunks all day.
We could.
That would be.
The ceiling is high enough.
That would be. The ceiling is high enough.
It is.
Full-blown shots, 3-point line, everything. That would be amazing.
That's the best part about Shanks is there's nothing. There's no dream too big for that building. You could blow up a hot air balloon inside of there and still have space to do things.
So text comes in, it says Nap Emporium. Exactly.
Sure.
You have 3 nap places up at the Nap Emporium.
Make it 6.
You know what that is? That's just revenue. That's just coming in. That's revenue. That's what you do. Johnny Manziel loves the EST Fun Zone.
He'll be there.
This one says, guys, EST Fun Zone is the cheesiest, best name ever. Yes, it is.
Kids' birthday parties, right? You could rent it out.
Yeah.
Stream, right?
Exactly. Parents come in, have a couple bevies.
I'll make a pizza
in the fun zone, and the kids can hit the simulator.
Sure,
they can go on the air if they want.
Hell, have an app if you,
yeah. I love it. Side Hustle Cole. This shouldn't surprise you. Side Hustle Cole, who's driving right now from Kelowna to Edmonton for the game tonight, says, I'm all in and helping you guys buy Shanks.
Sure. Join the club, man.
Yeah. Beaumont, this text, get a few bunk beds for EST sleepovers. Signed, Beaumont. There's no hotels there. Right?
Beaumont.
That's funny.
We
See, it's extremely well played.
Yeah, no. Again, a medieval dinner theater though. There's I know American Gladiators and maybe RCN says Buy the Coyotes moved in there. Medieval dinner theater though inside Shanks. It's always been
only once a month.
Eating meat off the bone. No utensils. Wearing funny hats and
once a month, but. It's more like a LARPing session.
Sure.
Where we don't change. It's not like we're bringing a bunch of dirt and riding horses.
No.
Everybody's just dressed up Game of Thrones style, fighting each other around all the various fixtures we already have.
You're doing Tales of the North, walking around, proclaiming,
The rookie says, guys, what about the Macromala cuddle area? That sounds nice, too.
He could do his lawyering works there, too. You can give him an office.
Yeah. Justin of Belgoni is in. One of the knights of the AM Nasty Round Table. Come teach your kids how to gamble at the EST Fun Zone.
Yeah, responsibly.
Well, there would definitely be a sports book in there. Over to the side, and you can come in. Daddy and mommy place a little wager. Sit there, have a bevy, and the kids run around. Sharpie is in and says, boys, this idea is phenomenal. I will volunteer to help with financial analysis to make sure this thing is profitable. The Sharpie, the accountant. God, that's good. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
I think Fergie's prostate's looking for some sort of a hybrid massage parlor as well. Maybe we could.
Fergie, please.
Given the.
Come on, Fergie. Get it together, man. Get it together.
Get real.
I was interested to hear Lou Gazdic say that he's totally thinks Skinner's fine. Because I don't sense that from a lot of people in this market.
But what is not fine? Too tired? Is it mentally? Is he tired physically? Too much game play? Is it just
do you notice
him
that
on his own?
Skinner's overall presence in the net seems different lately than it did when they were just cruising along?
Maybe, but we said too at the beginning that had something to do and tied in with the blue line. So maybe if the blue line starts finding its form again and there's no alarm bells going off when it comes to Stuart Skinner, correct? Like we're not. This isn't an alarm fire by any degree, 3 to 5.
To me, what this is like when you open up your house door and you're like, oh, I forgot the alarm was on. And then you go over and shut it off quickly.
Okay.
Like it's just, it goes beep, beep, beep for 5 seconds. And then you're like, oh, everything's fine again.
I have an alarm.
That's where the alarm level would be for me on Stuart Skinner right now. Because I know the team isn't playing as well in front of him as they were during the winning streak, obviously. But he's also letting in some goals that he didn't allow during the winning streak, in my opinion. So 780-218-9999. On a scale of concern for Stewie Skins, from 1 to 10, like 10 is like, you're like, oh my God, they have to trade for a number 1. And 1 is no worry at all. Play him 65 games. Things will be fine. What number, where are you at right now on this scale? Nasty chat or 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. I'll say I'm at like a 3 right now. There's not no concern, but there's a moderate, like, what's going on here? And is he going to figure it out? And he does look either frustrated / a little tired.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Kelvin C. in the nasty chat, his body language and facial expressions just display misery, and then he follows that up with an LOL. So I don't know how. I mean, yeah, okay, if his body language is that and he's displaying misery and everything, maybe that's just directed again at the blue line. Like, is Kelvin C., is that Stuart Skinner kind of collapsing in on himself here? Is that what we're witnessing? Is this some sort of... I don't think it's that
I don't
serious.
see that.
I don't see that at all. So, but I know Gage has expressed, again, and this is all eye test and looking at the guy, and Gage did play the position. He said last week, I'm concerned that he looks a little tired, I think was the words I'm paraphrasing. My concern, just to answer your question, probably around a 3, maybe a 4.
Just taking a look here. Austin says 4. Barry's at a 3. Surveyor Brett's at a 5. Smitty the Welder's at an 8.
We got a 6.9 here.
Smitty,
Vitamin D.
What? Vitamin D. Rob Barry's at a 5. Moxley's at a 6. Ken is at a 2.88. Smitty the Welder says 22 to 40 starts above 900 save percentage. That's not a number 1 goalie. Nuge Nudge says 3, but play Pickard a little bit more to rest him. 780-218-9999.
Well, Casino Dealer Jay, concern is 8. The schedule is going to be crazy the next 2 months, which he is right. And I think that all kind of kicks off tonight as well with the game crunch. I feel like the whole team is going to burn out, and there doesn't seem to be no way to recover.
Timber Woodsman is in and says, I can't remember who said it, but these are the dog days of the season.
Are they?
I like how you're trying to you say, I can't remember like where the original quote came from. Who's the first person to say dog days? This is kind of a critical point of the season.
We're in the playoffs. This is playoffs light.
I don't think the National Hockey League has dog days of this. Like Major League Baseball has the dog days.
What would be the dog days of NHL season, I guess? Christmas? Like,
I would say the dog days of the NHL season would be
Christmas?
No, I would say after Christmas, pre-All-Star break. January.
Yes. Post-American Thanksgiving, because we have to acknowledge that.
But from All-Star break to trade deadline can't be dog days of the NHL season.
No, that's
dog days of the NHL season. It's after Christmas. You're like, wow, when's the All-Star break? Use some time off. This is you got pre-deadline stretch, then home stretch, then playoffs. That's
Maybe
it.
you could argue with the Oilers schedule during that month of January where they played Tuesday, Thursday, then a weekend game. lockstep throughout the entire month. Perhaps that was the dog days. But we are not in that right now.
RCN makes a good point and says the winning streak happened during the dog days. So maybe other teams were in their dog days, and the others were just like, we got to take advantage of the dog days to try to get back on top.
RCN to just sprinkle a bunch of... Yeah, that could be it too. But not now. Not now.
Who do you think this text came from? Morning, gents. Any room in the EST fun zone for a small butcher shop?
Yes. Small butcher shop.
Corey the Butcher, Acme Meats. I love it.
I want you taking apart carcasses in there, like the whole, behind the glass. You can watch him do the work.
That would be good. You can't even sell. You can't even sell anything. He's just locked in the glass. I was going to say we have a small butcher shop in there, but you can only sell one type of meat. You're just selling steaks,
ground beef.
That's it. Either ground. Yeah, you just pick one. You're either selling jerky. You're selling ground beef. You're selling steaks, T-bones. You can only buy a T-bone steak. That's it.
Walk around.
It's the T-bone steak shop. That's it. With Acme Meats.
A specialty.
Inside the EST fun zone.
We could dry age them inside the building.
I technically don't even know what that means.
Hang them up around.
Oh, that's
just have steaks hanging around.
Yeah, and then you come in and for $25 you can punch them like Rocky Balboa.
$25.
Yeah, I want to see
25 per punch.
You know how Rocky with the side of beef was like, I want like a steak about this big, and people are doing the speed bag on it. That's what I want.
Slapping a pack of bacon.
If I could have one boxing skill, it would be speed bag guy. I'd like to do that
just to get that rhythm going. It'd be It
always looks fun, and then you get going, and then you do the big one.
yeah.
And that's how you walk away.
That's right.
That's what I want to do. I want to be speed bag guy.
Steve
right.
McIntyre on the speed bag. Hey,
we do have big news coming up, but first let's get to our cool bet hotline of the day. Boy, the Vancouver Canucks let us down yesterday. Are the Canucks regressing to the mean? The PDO is there no more.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening here? The Edmonton Oilers remain within striking distance of the Vancouver Canucks for top spot in the Pacific.
12 points, 6 games in hand.
12 points, 6 games in hand. You know what that is. Win them all.
We don't need Rashog for this.
Win them all.
Equation.
And a head-to-head.
Yeah.
There's a head-to-head
They call
as
that
well.
a 4-point night.
Yeah.
Or afternoon.
All right. Let's see here. Just 3 games tonight in the National Hockey League. Buffalo and Columbus. Oh, can I please watch that one? Jets and the Blackhawks tonight. Got to like Winnipeg to win that one. The under 5.5 might be the play in that game. That's at minus 113. And then the Oilers and the Minnesota Wild. We're definitely going to build an EST parlay today, which you'll be able to find in the exclusives page over at coolbet.com a little bit later on this morning. And when's Connor McDavid going to score here, boys? When's Connor McDavid going to score a goal? We went to it 2 days ago. It didn't happen. Connor McDavid over 1.5 points has kind of been free money for a stretch here because it's just been assists.
The apples is
now. Does he keep the assist streak going? Because Connor McDavid over 1.5 assists plus 180. Plus 180 for McDavid to have 2 apples again tonight. McDavid to score is minus 108, and McDavid over 1.5 points is minus 125.
21 assists in his last 10 games.
Okay, we're doing it. Let's just ride this assist train. Let's ride the apple wagon until it bucks us off.
You're gonna have to, hey?
Yeah.
You got all these apples. You got to make some pies, some sauce, and the whole bit. Might as well.
All right, let's do it. Over 1.5 assists tonight for Connor McDavid, plus 180. That is your cool bet hotline of the day. Coming up around 7:45 today, Ron and Dwayne Sutter are going to join us. And we're going to dive into the 6 Sutter Shooters Lager, which we're going to try on Beer of the Week in the 3rd hour of the show today. But first, we've got, that's good. That's coming up on the other side here. And we got some big news on that front as well, which we are very much looking forward to. Right now, let's get to a sports update for Park Mazda with Lieutenant Eric.
Edmonton Oilers, game 2 of a 5-game homestand goes tonight against the Minnesota Wild. You can join Tom Gazzola at Hudson's Bourbon Street for the Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows. Coverage begins 5:30 here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, the TuneIn Radio app, and live on YouTube. You can also come out for this game, Hudson's Bourbon Street, for the EST watch party tonight. The whole crew will be down there. Prizes, giveaways, and gift certificates up for grabs throughout the night. Last night, Austin Matthews with his 52nd of the season. Leafs over Vegas 7-3. Nashville over LA 4-1. The Kings win streak snapped at 4. Vancouver have dropped 4 straight. They fall to Seattle 5-2. And Dallas have also dropped 4 in a row following a 4-1 defeat at the hands of the Senators. Oil Kings on the road tonight. They're in Lethbridge to battle the Hurricanes. They'll return home to host Wenatchee Sunday afternoon. 3 games in the AJ tonight. Lloydminster at home to Drayton Valley. Canmore visit Olds. And Fort McMurray will host Whitecourt. New York visit Toronto in the lone PWHL game this evening. Golden Bears hockey visit UBC tonight. It's Game 1 of the Canada West semifinals. Puck drop 8 o'clock. Game 2 tomorrow night with a Game 3, if necessary, going on Sunday. Scotty's Tournament of Hearts. Selena Sturmay's Team Alberta finishing pool play with a record of 7-1. Today at noon, it'll be Rachel Homan's Ontario taking on Carrie Anderson's Team Canada. Alberta will be up against Manitoba's Jennifer Jones. Raptors returning from the All-Star break with a 121-93 win over Brooklyn. 10 games around the NBA tonight. Raptors back in action when they visit the Hawks. Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and Mitch Lewicki. He can't make a good soup. He can't do a handstand in a pool. He can't spell the word lieutenant, but he's really going to try to buy the abandoned Shanks building.
If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as newborn 8-pound, 6-ounce Mitch Lewicki. You can picture grown-up Mitch, or teenage Mitch, or bearded Mitch, or whoever you want.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Cross your heart and hope to die. Move your lips, tell another lie. If you're going to curse, choose your words wisely. Break up the dirt, show me your sins. I wanna know where you've been. And if you tell me first, we can do this quietly. Or we can do it loud.
Whale and the Wolf right here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com on the TuneIn app. Just search Edmonton Sports Talk on TuneIn. Of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Nasty Chat is hopping right now. Pat Maroon's bib says, Connor McDavid, 10 goals and 14 assists against Minnesota. He has not been blanked since April of 2022. We're on him for the over 1.5 assists tonight. We'll see how this works. Penner's Pancake says, are there really any scary teams this year? I don't think so, is his answer. There's a lot of really good teams, though, right? I don't know if there's scary teams, but there's good teams. There's a lot of good teams. I don't know if there's technically one juggernaut, which means the playoffs could be difficult to get through, or they're kind of wide open. Kind of depends on how you view that one. Text from Cookson over at Pro-Am. Stone Cold gif. I'm going to give it a thumbs up on the Shanks takeover. Hello. I like that one. And Brett's is in and says, Shanks into EST headquarters would shake the city. Bring in food, drinks, card shop, live breaks, events. It would put West Edmonton on the map. I like that. I like that in like a press release. They're like, you know what we're doing? We're putting West Edmonton on the map. Like the mall hasn't existed for 40 years or whatever it is. There's the West Edmonton Mall, has a skating rink, a water park, a Bubba Gump, and amusement park in it. But EST and Shanks is going to put West Edmonton on the map. I love it. All right, let's get into that's a good for the Italian Center Shop, which this is probably the last day for these. Eric has just got another half panino and cut it up into 4 pieces for the boys. Zacta comes in watching YouTube Trev do the job today.
50 seconds in the microwave.
Is that what you did, 50? You did 50? I like it.
That's all it takes.
House-made baguette, top of the... I mean, how many of you gone and got one of these this week at Italian Center Shop? Of course you have. Oregano, the roasted red pepper spread, then loaded with mortadella, capicolo, salami, the provolone.
And the
available
gabagool.
hot or mild. What do we got here? The hot or the mild?
This is a mild, I think.
This is the mild. All right, wrapped in deli paper for an easy grab-go meal. You walk in, you see they're like this long. We fed the entire staff here on how many of these things this week? 4, basically.
Oh yeah, you can a family supper. Oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? You cut up one of these.
Cut up one of these bad boys.
It'll suffice,
and you can't go wrong.
No, you.
That's good. Italian Center Shop.
That's a good.
They've done it again. Absolutely delicious. Menopause Nick says the only team that scares me is Vegas. Only because the defending Stanley Cup champions beat us in the playoffs last year.
Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Who was the first king that came up with that, eh? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I like that. All right, here's the real news from That's Good today. This is really good. Real good. So we launch Edmonton Sports Talk in September. You could listen online at edmontonsportstalk.com. You could watch us on YouTube. Then when do we launch on TuneIn? October? Was it around October?
Yeah.
Late October? Early November? Late October, early November, we launch on TuneIn. And TuneIn's a great app. And then today, we are announcing that you can also, starting on Monday, listen to the show on iHeartRadio, which is great. Well done, boys. Well done. Great day. That's good. So starting on Monday, we will be available on iHeart as well. So it's another way for you to consume us. So Edmonton Sports Talk on TuneIn, Edmonton Sports Talk on iHeartRadio, Edmonton Sports Talk at edmontonsportstalk.com on our own audio player, and then, of course, here on YouTube as well. So you got the little blowy conch? Where's that bad boy? Hit that thing up today. This is for iHeart. Us to iHeartRadio.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. Oh, I love you, John. Oh, I love you, John.
All right, so it's just another option. It's another option that has a major following in Canada.
Option.
It's another place where other radio stations are.
We're back.
And
we're rubbing shoulders with the radio
We've
stations.
weaseled our way in there.
Hey, Virgin.
We've weaseled our way in there.
Hey, the Bear, right? Huh?
Yeah. What's going on? 100.3 The Bear.
Just coming from behind them and put our arms around them again.
As part of our deal with our new iHeart channel as well, we are rekindling our relationship with 100.3 The Bear. And I will be on the morning show with McCord and Yukon again, starting on Monday, which should be a lot of fun. We're going to be promoting Edmonton Sports Talk, continuing to grow this thing. That should be good. You're gonna see some advertisements for Edmonton Sports Talk. 100.3 The Bear will be advertising on the Nielsen Show, which is the ultimate plot twist.
Just like back in the day.
Yeah. It's kind of like back in the day.
I mean,
so it's good news. It's a good news day. iHeartRadio. We're saying it starts on Monday, but if you actually check it out right now, I think it's
get
live.
a little taste.
I think it's live right now. But we're promoting the start on Monday.
It's real good.
And we're excited about it. This was like when we started Edmonton Sports Talk, we're like, you know what? Let's get an audio player on our stream because we're running 24/7. Let's obviously be on YouTube. And then we're like, you know what? We know some people at TuneIn. Let's try to get on TuneIn. And then iHeart actually reached out to us about taking the show onto iHeart. So that's been a nice addition as well.
Hey, iHeartRadio, we're thinking we're back. I think Jimmy Onishi is going to get the.
I'm thinking I'm back. So download the iHeart app, bookmark us, give us a favorite, whatever it is you do, and it's another easy way to consume our content seamlessly, and also have it in your car every single day.
Static free.
Just like that.
And again, being around, I mean, again, with no multi-million-dollar transmitter here, this is the big, we're back in the, everybody said, oh, you're doing your online thing and all this stuff. But no, we're here. We're among the radio stations now. It's good to be back with iHeart.
SJ, not in the Kootenai, says, bring back the yap. Actually, don't. We will certainly not be having Yukon's Big Yap on.
I think one of the stipulations of the deal
here.
was you saying no yap, and that's how we kind of got this thing over the line.
We had the boys were by this week. We caught up with Yukon McCord this week, and it was good to see them.
Caught up with the court last night at the Dunya AGM.
Oh, how did the AGM go?
Oh, you didn't see some of the tweets, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, big news out of that.
I did. You guys are the Rouge is now a thing.
Oh, the Rouge is a thing.
Tom
yes,
Gazzola hates us.
That's been.
I saw the
implemented.
expansion discussion. Please, there's no chance you guys are expanding with Glue Guy. You haven't expanded in what? How many? I would say 8 years.
Well, yeah, we don't want to water down the league. Once the CFL chooses to expand, we will then expand as well from 4 to 5. But some interesting things popped up last night at the 4-man meeting.
This is a full-blown panic move to all of a sudden think Glue Guy's in the mix for expansion. You know what's happening? You're seeing a six-team league have a ton of success, and Awanik's like, we got to expand. That's it. That's what I'm seeing right now.
I will not speak for the commissioner, but I will.
That's what I'm seeing right now.
I just know Will Fraser's been knocked down a few more levels.
Man, is Fraser ever going to get in?
I doubt it.
Is Fraser ever going to get in on this thing?
Look at this, Bergie. You are on iHeart right now. And Barry says coming in crystal clear on iHeartRadio. Crystal clear.
How about that?
Crystal clear.
Somebody said here, EST to the moon. I mean, this basically covers everything that we need now. I don't know.
Aside from smelling the show, which, I mean...
if you were to smell the show right now, it'd be delicious because that's a good.
We got all
for the Italian
covered.
For the Italian center
watch
shop.
us the whole bit.
That's pretty good. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Surveyor Brett is in it, says, I'm here for the competing CFL Fantasy League talk. It really has become
it's something.
One of the best rivalries in the Canadian Football League is the Dunya versus the Kerfloat, the Cavis Reed Fantasy Football League of adult things.
That the CFL has no idea about.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they did, and we could kind of implement this thing nationally, but...
I mean, they should.
We can dream.
How do they not? Anyway, what do you want us to do next? We got the tune in. We got the iHeart.
We're buying Shanks.
Yeah. I guess Shanks is the next thing.
Everybody's kind of stitched that up already.
Awanik's going to come in today and that Kermit the Frog gif where he's sipping on the tea. Awanik's going to sit down at the desk, sip on that tea, the good stuff. The good stuff. We've already launched the beer, which has been insanely successful. 6 o'clocker lager. Who was the guy? Somebody on Twitter last night. They were in town. Probably one of the guys who swung by.
Another American, yeah.
Yeah, they were in town for the homestand, and they loaded up their fridge at their hotel with the 6 o'clocker lager, which was pretty cool. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, here it is.
It's nice.
We made the journey from Salt Lake City to try the 6 o'clocker lager. Happy to say it lived up to the hype. Have the hotel stocked up. And, they filled that little beer fridge with...
Up from Salt Lake City, picked up the 6 o'clocker lager, and said it lived up to the hype, which is quite a bit of hype because we've been hyping the hell out of it for how long now? For 3 months now.
You follow this guy at Ty Cobb 2.0 on Twitter.
You think... What's Ty Cobb?
Yeah. 2.0.
The grandson?
The
grandson, maybe?
Yeah. Well, he's got a picture next to...
it must be the same. Look, the resemblance is striking. Okay, so we're in the beer biz, and it's gone really well. We had Pronger on to talk about his whiskey, and we got Beer of the Week coming up at 8:40 today for Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, and we're gonna be diving into a bunch of stuff from the Origin Malting and Brewing crew. One of the beers we're gonna be trying today is the 6 Sutter Shooters Lager, the perfect beer for an iconic set of hockey history's brothers, and we got 2 of them on the show right now. Let's bring in Ron and Dwayne Sutter, who are in the beer biz with the family now. They pop by. Good morning, boys. How you doing?
Good morning, fellas.
How's the beer biz?
Well, we're
the biz has been good. Ronnie's muted.
I'm what, Dwayne?
You guys are making me hungry talking about all that food.
Well, I mean, I know it's early for a good old panino, but they're delicious from the Italian Center Shop.
Smell it in here.
So we have to do it. All right, let's dive into this. Dwayne, let's start with you. Which one of you guys had the idea for the beer? Where did it come from?
We ran into this family out in Strathmore, the Hilton family, and they're a 5-generation family, farming family out there. So they haul their malt barley right off the field and into the brewery. And all they were doing for a while was selling the malt. And then they decided to get into it full time. And we met them, were introduced to them, and decided, you know what, it was a pretty good connection. They're very similar to our family, and not Ronnie and I in the farming, but the other brothers are certainly in the farming. So And we wanted something easy that was pretty easy drinking, and a large number of people would like it, we thought. So this is what they come up with, and it's been really a big hit.
Yeah, we went through the process a little bit similar back in like October and November with our partners, and they came up with a beer for us. And before we tried it the very first time, we were super nervous because we're like, we have to promote this. It better be delicious.
You got to get it right.
And when we cracked it the first time we tried it, we're like, oh my God, this is so good. This is going to work really well. Ron, what was it like the first time you tried your guys' own beer?
Well, it was just coming off the line.
You were right there, eh?
We were right there and watched the whole production from the putting the cans right onto the little feeder thing, and that went down, and how they clean the can and see it filling up. And I tell you what, it's a really good tasting beer. I've never been much of a beer snob, but
bullshit.
But I do like the and I do like the the clean, crisp finish it has, and it's very tasty.
Nothing beats drinking.
It's just as good coming right off the line as it was coming out of my bar fridge.
Right off the tap.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah, that type of thing. The Sutter Benevolent Fund. I was wondering if the two of you can kind of go into this. I know portions of proceeds will go to this fund. What does it kind of do? Where's that money going, and who would it kind of help, I guess, should you say, after people purchase this and it goes down the line?
We've had a Sutter Foundation for over 25 years, and funded it through an annual golf tournament. And COVID kind of put that on the back burner, and so we were looking for another angle, a way to put some money into the foundation. And so basically, the Origin have to do what they have to do to produce it, and then a percentage of all sales goes directly into our foundation. And at the end of the year, the six of us will sit down and figure out where we're gonna give it.
I know we're going back a little ways here, but I wanted to bring this up with you guys. I get excited when we have a chance to chat with any of the Sutter brothers, simply because I was a farm boy myself in BC. I grew up on a cattle ranch in BC, and I remember my very first beer was in the hayfield after a day of haying with my dad, and I think I was about 12, and I didn't like the taste of it at the time. But do you guys remember your first beer? It had to have been somewhere on the farm, I would think.
I would say mine would have been with my older brothers playing softball.
Softball. Oh, good softball beer. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yep, because we were always had the older generation of players above us. So I was probably 14 when I tried my first beer.
I probably the same, playing fastball with some older guys, and quietly sitting in the hotel after and having a 25-cent draft.
A lot different back then, eh? The 25-cent drafts. Can you imagine that now? That would be absolutely incredible. I also want to ask, just as a farm kid myself, were you guys heavily involved in 4-H growing up, or were you too busy to be in 4-H?
No, we never did 4-H. 4-H was very popular in our community, as it is still today in a lot of the small farming communities. We had family or farm friends that showed their calves or their cows. We were more into initially we were more into dairy, and then we flipped over to beef. So we didn't show most of the guys that did were Holstein or Semitol.
Yeah.
Were the farm families that we knew. So no, we never were. We didn't have time for that.
I was figured you guys might be too busy. That's a big family. There's a lot going on there.
Well, we
had a lot going on all the time.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
Chores, and then when we got all that done, then we could go out and play ball or get up in the hayloft and beat the hell out of each other playing shinny.
I want to talk a little bit about your careers as well, Dwayne. We got to start with how do you break into the National Hockey League and win the Stanley Cup every single season for your first 4 years? Like, did you just assume that was just always going to happen moving forward, or what?
Well, pretty fortunate to move into an organization as established as the Islanders were, and they were looking for some energy, and I had to kind of change my role from a junior to fill a role there to make the team. So it was absolutely outstanding, the first one, and then the second one came along, and then Brent was there for the third and fourth ones. So, it wasn't a given because we were in a tough division and always playing Washington or the Flyers or the Rangers or Pittsburgh. So you had to work for it all the time. And that one record that we're proud of as a team is 19 consecutive playoff series wins that I don't think will ever be touched.
Yeah, that was a hell of a run for sure. Ron, in '87, you were with the Flyers when they played the Edmonton Oilers, obviously a legendary series. Hextall in that series was just on another level, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. We'd lost a real good young goalie the year prior.
Yep.
In Pelly Lindbergh, and Hexie was in Hershey at the time and had a outstanding start to his year there. And he came in and really, for a young guy and a rookie, basically just grabbed the bull by the horns. He was his own. He beat to his own drum, if I want to put it that way. I sat beside him in the locker room. He was very, very engaged. One of the coolest, quietest guys away from the rink. But when he walked through the locker room doors, he flipped a switch. And that's why he was so successful. He was a great teammate and a very good friend. And I was actually lucky. I was on the ice for both of his goals he scored.
Were you really?
Yep.
Did you know it was coming? Like, is that something we knew he could play the puck extremely well. Did you always kind of just assume it was a matter of time until that happened?
Oh, yeah. He knew he was going to score because in practice he had ripped the puck around in practice all the time, and he would even just for shits and giggles he'd just get the puck behind his own net when we'd do dumpings and stuff, and just to piss Mike Keenan off, he'd just fire the puck over everyone's heads down the other end of the rink just to mess the drills up.
You guys both were actually teammates with like the firest goalies in NHL history. You with Hextall, and then Dwayne. What about? I'm going to tell a quick. So my grandpa, a little bit old school. When I was a young kid, he hated Billy Smith, and I would have been like 4 or 5 years old. And my grandpa at the time loved the way that I said the word asshole because I was like little, and he'd be like, who's Billy Smith? And I'd say, he's an asshole. Like, it's just like that. But my entire family despised Billy Smith. What was it like playing with Billy? Because he was a bit of a wild card too, right, Dwayne?
Practice was always entertaining. Smitty wasn't the best practice goalie in the league, but he stood in there and stopped him. If you ever shot waist or higher, usually you'd have a stick coming through the air at you.
Lesson learned early. You don't have to worry about that. Last one for you, Ron. I got to know, what was it like playing for your brother when he was coaching you?
Well, I had the good luck of playing with Daryl in San Jose. I was well established in my career by then, and Daryl had success in Chicago and was coming back into the game after taking some time off. And you know what? I didn't have a problem with Daryl. Daryl is probably one of the best, if not the best, in-game adjustment coaches I've ever played with. He made players accountable. The locker room belonged to the players. He would tell the group of veterans or older guys that it was our locker room. And if him or any other coach had to come in and kick guys in the rear end to get them going, then it was our responsibility, or we weren't accountable for it. So I loved playing for him. I had no issues with Daryl. He was a good coach, great coach.
6 Sutter Shooters Lager. We're going to be trying it next hour here on the show. We're really looking forward to it. And best of luck in the beer business, guys. We appreciate the time today, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
There we go. We're going to get into it with Sobeys and Safe with Liquor Beer of the Week coming up here around 8:40 this morning. The 6 Sutter Shooters Lager. You got to try this. 5%. I'm looking forward to hearing more about it from Scott, who can kind of give us the bones about the beer and
chemical dive
into it. We're going to be trying a few different beers from Origin, I believe, today. So looking forward to that. Nice to chat with. Imagine the stories they must have playing with Ron Hextall and Billy Smith. would be
as you mentioned,
be off the charts.
Colorful tendies, to say the least, eh?
Yeah, I think so. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. And check that out. We're going to get into that a little bit coming up here with Scott when he joins us. The 6 Sutter Shooters Lager, Sobeys and Safeway liquor. Are we beer snobs now because we're in the beer business? Like, I don't know.
Speak for yourself. I
don't know.
You can sniff an IPA from a mile away and tell which nodes and more pine or more grapefruit or anything like that.
That's what I wonder.
Grown.
Like I don't think I come across as a beer snob. Like I'll still snag a Bud Light when I can, right? It's not like I only drink 6 o'clock or lager, or I only drink craft beers from Alley Cat.
Is that the definition of a snob, where you find your place,
I don't know.
Stay there, and you don't?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. How would we define beer snob nowadays? 780-218-9999. Would you define yourself as a beer snob? Let us know what makes one.
People loving that swear-filled interview with you guys talking farming. I mean, that's what you kind of have to do. The sleeves are up. I recused myself from the conversation.
I'll tell a story from my day with my grandpa.
As a city boy, and the swear, I could not. That was something. People want the music in behind, obviously. The sets they want.
Sets. That would have been a fun thing to do. That would have been a fun thing to do. I was not surprised that they didn't have time for 4-H, but I will be honest, little disappointed that they weren't in it.
I do love all the ball talk, though. The fastball, softball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Here's something we learned on the show today. The Sutters liked ball more than hockey.
Well, look, we all know about hockey rinks and curling rinks around, but in the summer, I mean, it's ball, baby. Ball tournaments and everything like that. So that's a bit of a twist there.
RCN says Brian Sutter would be the funniest of all. I called the Allen Cup a few years back down in Lacombe, and Brian was coaching one of the teams, and he was great. Just to BS with before games, man. I wanted to just sit around with them all night. It was good.
This text from BB: beer must be good. They were almost excited.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
In Sutter form.
Yeah, Sutters are pretty chill guys.
Smile must be awesome.
Exactly. That's good. Guys, I grew up watching the Sutter brothers with the Broncos down in Lethbridge. Their autobiography, 6-Shooter, was my first hockey read. Great interview, gents. My first hockey read I was in grade 4. I was in a grade 3-4 split. I remember this. And it was Wayne Gretzky's autobiography. He was with the Kings at the time. Must have been 90, if I was in grade 4, would have been like 91, 92. I read that, and then I read Shaq's biography as well in elementary school. Shaq and Wayne Gretzky, first 2 sports books I ever read. Since then, I think I've only read books about LeBron.
I did not pick up that Shaquille O'Neal cookbook the other day that I saw it.
Did you see a Shaq?
It was half price. Yeah, it was Shaq's meals.
Shaq's everywhere.
That's great. He can do anything.
Like, as far as branding goes, Shaq has absolutely nailed it.
Did your back hurt? You get that icy hot back patch. Goes on cold, comes up hot.
That's too good. All right, 780-218-9999. Let's play some kind of easy trivia. We've got a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual up for grabs. Come and get it. Who wants to play kind of easy trivia today? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 if you would like to play kind of easy trivia this morning. Gift certificate, Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Text YouTube Trav and let him know you would like to play. Take a run of this thing. You can't miss on a Friday. Too good a vibe on a Friday show to blow it. It's a game day. Oilers and Minnesota Wild tonight. We'll continue to set that up. Orange and Blue breakfast on the way coming up here. We'll take a closer look at the Oilers and the Wild.
How many baseball questions can we count on today? It's going to be you got a couple knuckleballs that you got ready for here?
No spoilers. No spoilers. If we have a hockey guy today, we might be in a little bit of trouble.
This is actually going to be
might be in a little bit of trouble today. Well. But 780-218-9999 if you want to play kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. If you have any questions for 3 questions too many, you can throw those in as well at 780-218-9999, and we will dive into those on the other side of the 8 o'clock. When I think of farm boys, I think of the Sutters, Bobby Hull, then Dustin Nielson. People will never believe it, but I grew up on a farm, and I was way more of a man when I was 14 than I am when I'm 42. It's simple. It's that simple. The city made me soft.
It's a tough look.
The city made me soft.
Fort McMurray, maybe. Hey, that was
no. No, I don't. As soon as I moved to Lethbridge, I went. Or as soon as we moved into Cranbrook, I got soft. I just got soft.
Soft town, Cranbrook, hey?
Yeah, look at these hands. These don't look like farm boy hands.
Cranbrook hands.
Unbelievable. All right, let's get to a sports update for Claiborne Services. If you're looking for work, they're looking for you. ClaiburnServices.com. Eric's got more on that coming up here. We got a sports update on the way. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Oilers and Wild tonight. We'll set that bad boy up with your orange and blue breakfast. What do you do? What do you do with you? You leave that top 6 the way it was? If Nuge comes back, Fogle slides down. Is McLeod staying on the wing? How would you handle this lineup? And we had some people saying, if Pickard plays well tonight, you're rolling back to back. How's that for a debate? First thing on a Friday morning.
You says pardon.
We'll get into that coming up here in hour number 3.
Game day here on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Oilers will play game 2 of a 5-game homestand tonight against the Wild. We'll get you set. You can join Tom Gazzola. He'll be live set up at the Hudson's on Bourbon Street for the Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows. Our coverage begins at 5:30 here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, the TuneIn Radio app, and live on YouTube. And you can come on down to Hudson's on Bourbon for this one. The entire EST crew will be there. Watch party night, prizes, giveaways, and gift certificates up for grabs throughout the evening. Action last night. Canucks struggles continue. They fall 5-2 to Seattle. Vancouver now dropped 4 straight. Kings win streak snapped at 4 games. They fall to Nashville 4-1. And the Leafs bouncing Vegas 7-3. Austin Matthews notching his 52nd of the campaign. Oil Kings on the road tonight in Lethbridge. The club will be back home to host Wenatchee on Sunday afternoon. 3 games in the AJ tonight. Lloyd are at home to Drayton Valley. Canmore visit Olds. And Fort McMurray host Whitecourt. New York visit Toronto tonight in the lone PWHL game. Golden Bears hockey visit UBC tonight. It'll be game 1 of the Canada West semifinals. Puck drop 8 o'clock. Game 2 will go tomorrow night with a game 3 if necessary on Sunday. Pool play at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts is over. Alberta finishing with a record of 7-1. Today at noon, they'll be on the Pebble up against Manitoba's Jennifer Jones. The other playoff matchup will see Rachel Homan's Ontario taking on Carrie Anderson's Team Canada. Raptors back from the All-Star break last night with a win, 121-93 over Brooklyn. Raptors are back on the court tonight when they visit the Hawks in one of 10 games around the NBA. Sports update for Claiborne Services. Take your career to the next level with Claiborne Services. They are hiring all positions, including journeyman bricklayers and apprentices of all levels. Take advantage of their outstanding mentorship program and work with peace of mind knowing they are an industry leader in safety. You can visit www.claiborneservices.com or make it easy and give Jeff a call, 780-910-6728.
Yo, YEG. Let's kick it. Ice District. Ice District. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice District open, here's what you're missing. Rogers Place, shining so brightly. Get your tickets, watch Mick David nightly. Can he be stopped? Yo, I don't know. Give him the puck and he'll go to the extreme. Nothing but a sick handle around the D-man, make him look like Yandel. Damn, game over, the night looms. No more 1/18th and poisonous mushrooms. Surprise, it's a new winter garden. I mean Ford Hall, I beg your pardon. Love it or hate it, you better get going. Ice District's the bomb and it's just exploding. If there was a problem, yo, he solved it. You're on the hook while Kate's just profits. Ice District. Ice District.
Game day in the district. Nielsen Show songs brought to you by Sport Ball. Shout out to the guy who texted in today and said he just signed his kid up in Sport Ball just because we suggested it. And look, it's a nice suggestion. You're really going to love it. Put your kids in Sport Ball. Make them athletes. Start paving their way to the show.
And maybe when you sign up, let them know what song it was that we played.
Yeah,
I was listening to the Josh Archibald Gold song, and it kind of,
that was the one that really put me over the top. Yeah. Visit www.sportball.ca for more info on all of the programs that they offer. They got the spring registration. They got the birthday parties. They got a bunch of stuff going on. Sportball.ca. You get lost in that website. Lots of information over there. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Bill texts in. Bill with 1L. Boys, I'm listening on iHeart, which we are now available on, announced this morning. Just download the iHeart app and kind of similar experience to tune in, I guess.
Yep.
And just another easy, convenient way for you to consume Edmonton sports talk. So iHeart, download it. Boys, I'm listening on iHeart, sitting in a car wash, drinking a big cream soda and eating chocolate ice cream out of a bowl. Is there a spot on the map for that?
I believe it's called Heaven. Bill with one L. It sounds like it to me.
That's somewhere up in the Arctic.
Yeah, you might want to get in touch with him. But sitting in a car wash and getting a clear right through the iHeartRadio app.
Bill. First of all,
Like
you're
that-
right.
that-
Sit in a car wash with radio, it's going to be nothing but static. Bill, where's this car wash? Is it busy?
That's what
I'm still in the hunt for a car
ears
wash.
perk up a
I
bit.
think I'm going to, between shows today, I might quickly whip down to one. Because who's washing their car between 9 and 11?
This is a good time.
Right?
This is a good time.
It's got to be a window for me.
I'd
Has
even
to be
say
a window.
maybe if you can stretch it out till Sunday when those temperatures drop Sunday evening into the Monday, that's when then it won't be as messy.
Exactly.
That's a gameplay.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. All right, who's going to play kind of easy trivia today? Who do we got?
Today we have Daryl.
Daryl.
Not Daryl Sutter.
No, wouldn't that be something? I'm here to talk about the beer, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Sorry, man.
Those other two jackasses you had on before, right?
All right, let's get to kind of easy trivia today for Mr. Mike's. They got the 6 o'clock lager on tap. If you've not yet been to Mr. Mike's, you must not be paying attention. It's absolutely delicious. Casualest place ever. There's none of that. There's none of that steakhouse uppiness where you're like to roll in and I'm here for a steak and all this stuff. You just go to Mr. Mike's, sit down at a table like everybody else. Have a good, delicious burger or a steak. Have a 6 o'clock lager on tap. The corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail.
They don't make your Caesar salad table side, hey? You know, those places that crack the egg at the end. No, it's not that.
No, that's not how it is.
Come on.
And they have, what's the other little thing that you can put in Caesar salad sometimes? My wife loves them.
Capers.
Capers.
Yeah, I love
I mean, maybe they do.
You know who does that really well is Hudson's, and I'll be having one tonight there.
The capers.
Yeah, the capers and the
capers.
Caesar salad, yeah.
I'm not opposed to capers, but they still scare me a little bit. Anyway, who's playing today? I forgot again.
We've got Daryl.
Daryl is going to play today. Oh, yeah, the Sutter joke. I should have remembered. All right, let's go to Daryl this morning. Daryl, good morning. You ready to play kind of easy trivia?
I sure am.
All right. Oh, you sound very eager, Daryl. I like this. This is great. You need to get 3 out of 5 correct. And if you do, you'll win a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Here we go. Good luck, man. How many Sutter brothers played in the National Hockey League?
6.
Which Sutter brother coached the Kings to multiple Stanley Cups?
Daryl.
Who do the Oilers play tonight?
Wild.
What is the name of Minnesota's baseball team?
Twins.
What position does Kirk Cousins play?
QB.
Yeah! 5 for 5. Let's go.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a paddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Ooh, you better believe that's a paddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a paddling.
The first year, we took it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today. You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Friday morning. Club Beat Loop. Provided by Daryl today. Never in doubt.
Hey, you went all
Gets
over
the
that.
5 out of 5.
The land of 10 million lakes or whatever it is, hey? Like you football, the
I
baseball.
was
the
all
whole
over the place
Minnesota
today.
tour.
He got it, though.
I was waiting for a St. Paul, Twin City type of.
I'm so happy to celebrate. Let's listen to more of that Atif song from earlier today.
It is game day for the Oilers. They better show up on time. Because if they don't get off to a great start tonight.
We're just over a minute and 10 seconds in. There's still 30 more seconds. We've been working through this thing the entire show today.
It's like he's going to be breaking down shift by shift here. Like, you know, each course is a.
I think
line one gets the start.
I think I still prefer this. Because now it sounds like he's doing the Batman thing. No.
It's a little more foreboding today's version. That was more of an up.
Yeah.
I don't really know what he's doing. I don't even think he knows what he's doing, to be honest.
No, I mean, he wakes up, he rolls over, he goes, I'm going to say a bunch of random things in the mic here and send it to the boys.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. All right, we'll get to more of your text messages in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Go see our friends at PJ's, www.parisjewelers.com, 780-218-9999. If you go there, they are going to look after you. You can hop online, check out that collection. They've got the flexible financing options. You do not pay until 2015. One of your text messages, we got a few in the front runner category right now. One of your text messages will end up winning text of the day for A&W. Today, we got a gift certificate to A&W where they've dropped the spicy piri piri buddies. And they're absolutely delicious, and they're just $3.99. So it's a very, very nice deal with A&W right now.
Ken in the Park, I don't know if this will win him a text of the day to A&W, but with Jay's first spring training game tomorrow, can we get a little Encarnacion home run song? I'll love you forever. I did say that he himself has to sign up for Sportball. This is the deal now. You want a song from the vault, you want something, you want us to go back in time, you have to go down to Sportball, sign yourself up.
You send, I want to see the receipt.
It's a 1-for-1.
You send a Sportball receipt, we'll play whatever song you want.
Yeah.
I like guys who don't even have kids being like, man, I really want to hear we built the Smitty today. Check it out. I signed up for a class. That's not weird at all. That's not weird at all. Join us tonight. We're going to have a $50 gift card. We're going to give away a little bit later on in the show today to Hudson's. But join us tonight. We'll be
open to everyone, right? That $50 gift card giveaway.
Men, women, children, whoever wants it, come and get it. We'll have that a little bit later on. We also have $50. We're just giving away free stuff. Also, details coming soon on the trip to Vegas we're going to be giving away. I says, pardon? That's good. It's all these segments just merging together. It's like
Tonight in the North.
It's like a robot starts twitching like, I says, pardon? That's good. I got beef. Over and over and over again. Anyway, details on that coming in the near future here as well. But let's get into 3 questions too many today. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
Yes, I do. 3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda, where dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, he runs the dealership. He's given the staff the entire day off. Yet again, they get a lot of days off there. They call them Park Mazda Stats. But just a pregame for tonight's wild game and to join the boys down at Hudson's Bourbon Street for the EST watch party.
Whole staff can be there.
That's a good boss. It's a good business. Understanding the moment, the situation. Much like the Americans do. When you have a game,
or they shut down.
They shut down for a week. It's Super Bowl. You just don't do anything.
I don't have all the numbers here, but the reason Mitch can shut down the business so much is that what I've heard through the grapevine is that Mitch sells more cars in one day than most dealerships do in 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's why he can take so much time off.
Vehicles per 60 is the
VPX.
VPX, yeah, it's very high.
Park Mazda, your dealer for
Expected life. VPX.
Do you have a Twitter account?
At Lieutenant_Eric. You can follow on Twitter. The video is up. The video is dropped at YEG Sports.
Yes, it has.
We got the whole crew up there letting you know about the special announcement this morning. You tweeted out yesterday, tomorrow on the Nielsen Show, big news. I tweeted out today, tomorrow is today. And today has already come with that video. So the news is out. It's iHeartRadio. We also, again, this merry group of Americans that have kind of all come up here on their own, but have now been doing the EST Edmonton Reality Sports Tour, I guess it was. This Brandon fellow, I think he's the guy from Illinois. He was in with the boys, the Cookson boys from Toronto.
Yeah, I got the picture wearing the EST hoodie.
What a nice picture. Framed perfectly, all the jerseys in the background there, so that's really nice. Give that guy a follow as well. And anything else. Again, if you wanted to see the Dunya announcements as well from last night's 4-man CFL Fantasy League, the greatest in the land, coast to coast to coast. Those news was breaking last night on that Twitter account. You can follow it at the Dunya. And Jason Milne responded to that. He said, I understand, appreciate, and above all, respect the process. Should league officials see the need for expansion, you can count on an official franchise request from the Glue Guy camp.
Hammer the thumbs up on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up. Give us a sub over on YouTube as well. Let's get into 3 questions too many today for the great staff at Park Mazda. Boys, with iHeart now on board, what's the next platform you go after? Well, we have iHeart. We have TuneIn. Obviously, we have our own audio player at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Everything is available in podcast form later on all podcasting platforms. And we're on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know.
I think I did bring it up yesterday that some sort of virtual reality AI augmented. Again, we send you EST branded goggles. You put them on, and then boom, you're in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios here and doing the show with us. You can smell the sandwiches. You can hear the things going on off mic. You can see everything else that's happening. Right? You could even be in the room with the boys, the Whale and the Wolf boys in there. But some sort of VR AI experience. It's the future.
It is the future.
Right?
It
we
is
went
the
from
future.
AM radio, now we're doing a VR AI.
Katie Banyan on the Nasty Chat says, boys, congrats on the iHeartRadio announcement. The only thing you're missing now is a signal full of static and 75% of the shows being commercials. That's the thing. Like we're never going back there.
One guy
Like,
said the
this
only
is-
time we'll be back is if he can get us in his 1969 GMC truck, and I got time for that, but it's not. Ain't nobody going back there.
I don't know
It's
how
not,
much you can pick up in a 1969 GMC truck.
Well, and I don't know how long your 1969. Like no
I,
offense, but
I think the focus now
go to Park Mazda, get a new truck.
Is Shanks.
Download iHeartRadio.
That's like as far as rolling out platforms, we got. I have some people have been like, what about also co-streaming on Twitch or putting it on Twitter?
What's
And,
this?
I used to stream a lot of the shows on Twitter back in the day.
Yeah,
but Twitter views really aren't worth anything. YouTube views and the YouTube exposure is kind of where you go. So we don't want to stream on Twitter because it takes away from the YouTube views.
What's this cord I've been hearing so much about?
Discord.
Discord?
What's Disc?
This?
Well, you could dive into the Discord chat.
I don't know what that
a little bit more. I think that's a good one.
There was a good text in here about the man mall that we're building.
I know. I was trying to find it right now. I can't find it.
Oh, here it is.
Brandon?
I think I got it. Yeah, Brandon the Nerd. I'm not going to lie to you. Hearing you guys invent a mall for men has been hilarious. You are forgetting, however, a place for our wives to get dropped off at. Maybe a high-quality spa or Starbucks with a good Wi-Fi connection. Either way, it's better than the bench we get at the regular mall. Win-win, Brandon the Nerd.
Yeah, but I view EST Funhouse as like a place for
It's inclusive.
for men and women.
We're all in there.
Yeah.
We have a lot of women that listen to the show.
I'm not sitting here being opposed to a spa place anyway.
For the men.
We got Russian spa downstairs.
I don't mind a good petty.
Yeah,
Every
slide
once in
in
a
there.
while, I'll get my hush puppies rubbed. But yeah, I mean, look, the Nap Emporium, I mean, people can take it. It's. But maybe Brandon the Nerd wants a little separation here. Maybe a little, man cave-esque it out. Maybe
Yeah, could probably
behind the beaded curtain, Brandon the Nerd. That's where we'll take you.
As somebody claimed earlier,
All your
the
fantasies.
EST Fun Zone at Shanks is going to put West Edmonton on the map.
We'll get the roller coaster. Bringing that back.
I think that would be nice. Yeah. Not only do we have the old Shanks building, we also have the Mindbender.
Yeah.
It's set up like New York, New York. It goes around the outside of the building. I think that would be
Again, it's got that castle type of theme there. It's all
I get where it go. Question number 2. This one trickled into the inbox a little bit earlier on, 780-218-9999. Guys, true or false, Tom Gazzola would make an excellent bartender.
Okay, and this is, I assume, coming off the fact that the other night against the Bruins, when he was setting up at the Hudson's Bourbon Street, he was dressed up really nice and looked like he could also find you a table in the busy Hudson's bar, right? Like,
Yeah.
Is that kind of where this is? Have we ever seen him 10 bar? Has he made you a drink ever? I guess, has he ever mixed you a drink?
Part of me remembers Tommy and I going to a brew house one time a long time ago and being the bartenders for a little bit, making dangles and stuff for a charity event. I think that was Tommy with me. I don't remember that night very well.
If I'm walking up to a bar and I want to post there and sit up at the wood for a couple hours in an afternoon, I wouldn't mind him polishing the table and whistling and being like, "Hey,
exactly, that's the thing.
What can I get you?" And I'd be like, you know what? I don't.
I view him like
give me good vibe,
full blown, cool, good looking Tom Cruise,
good looking
behind the bar.
He's got the knives and everything. He's got those holsters on his belt that he's in. He's
the guys
twirling
want to
stuff.
sit there and talk to him, and the ladies want to be close.
That's just it. He's hitting it all.
YouTube Trev,
I
you
feel
were a
like-
bartender, so give us your thoughts on this.
I feel like I might have some insight on this. Former bartender, 7 years, no biggie.
7 years?
7 years, yeah.
Oh my god.
No, sorry, 6 years, I guess.
There's a difference.
6 years. So as far as approaching people and talking to people, talking sports, that's a lot of what bartending is. At least one of the bars I've been at. I'd say he'd crush that. I could just see him, polishing the glasses, like just having that towel over his shoulder always. But as far as making the drinks, like I can't see him making like a Bellini, anything fancy. I feel like he'd
You don't think
struggle
so?
with.
You think he would struggle with it?
Yeah, I feel like he'd be
But I
like,
think the looks-
what's
the looks
next? He plays the looks like he plays the part.
Yeah, this drink is disgusting.
Yeah, but he's a nice guy. So
Woody. It's Woody Harrelson.
I was just gonna
Cheers,
say,
yeah.
I view him dressed as Woody with like the half thing, decent looking top on,
And the childish, innocence that he brings as well.
Well, maybe Tommy's a bartender at like a high end cocktail bar. Mind you, that doesn't help with the fancy drinks.
I feel like he'd pour a really good beer.
Yeah,
But
pour
as
a
far
good
as
beer,
like
that's
the mojitos, Bellinis, anything like that, he'd struggle.
He'd
I think
clean up on the
I think
tips,
he's got
though,
the look for it.
He'd
Yeah,
pay rent
I think
tips.
I think he's got the look for it. It was Matt Awanek who did that with me at the brew house. Matty was listening. He texted me. It was a good night. That was a fun night, actually. Tonight's going to be a fun night. Watch party, Hudson's, West Edmonton Mall, Bourbon Street. Tommy's got pre and post there.
Maybe he gets behind the bar too, depending on how the night goes, eh?
I mean, I think there's a chance we get Tommy Gazzola behind the bar at Hudson's.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Roll up the sleeves?
Not till after post game.
Sure.
And then he's got to work. And after post game, if he wants to let loose. Looked like he might have let loose after the last post game, according to some videos we got yesterday.
Yeah.
So
check out the iHeart drop.
All right, question number 3. This is a good one. We used this earlier for Gazdic. Where do you guys think Kane is best utilized in the Oilers lineup? Where do you best like Evander Kane in the Oilers lineup? I'm not necessarily sure I have a good, solid answer for you.
And I think, is that a good answer, though? That he doesn't need to be static in one place? I mean, that's the sign of a good...
Okay, that helps.
You have options.
I mean, if you want to twist it that way, that's good.
It's a weird type of answer, but the fact that he doesn't need to be stapled down or one specific spot, and you can't. Okay, in the spirit of the question,
I necessarily don't like him with Draisaitl, but I also love Nuge, McDavid, and Hyman. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where he belonged. Trev, what do you think?
Well, this wasn't really an issue that they had in the previous 2 years. They put him wherever, and he was being consistent, whether it was Connor or Leon. The explosive route that they took during the playoffs, when it wasn't Hyman, it was Evander Kane, Connor McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl. But that's since shifted gears, so it's Hyman there now. But to finish the season last year, it was Yamamoto, Leon Draisaitl, and Evander Kane, and that was actually working for them for certain times. It just, like I said, for whatever reason, he's had trouble being consistent with Leon, so I wouldn't mind seeing. It's been a while since he's been slotted on Connor's wing, so maybe give that a go. But like you said, you don't want to really mix up the first line with McDavid, Nuge, and Hyman. But then that line hasn't really been producing much lately, so maybe you switch it up. Have Kane on the first line with McDavid. Bring Nuge down. Nuge has had success with Draisaitl in previous years.
Nuge and Draisaitl together.
Somebody wants Kane and McDavid on the
if you had to say
White.
No matter what, I have to give you that. I like him better with McDavid than I like him with Draisaitl. So I guess I'd say alongside Connor McDavid. Kane, how much have we seen of Nuge, Draisaitl, Hyman? How much have we seen of that? I don't recall seeing a lot of that.
Not enough.
I'm just wondering what that would look like if you go Kane, McDavid with insert or Corey Perry, like Perry, Kane, and McDavid. McLeod, McDavid, Kane. Fogel, McDavid, Kane.
There's definitely a lot of options, and I wouldn't mind start seeing some of those. Probably Knobloch will start addressing a few of those options.
Well, I'll be interested to see what happens tonight with the lineup. I mean, let's wait till morning skate today and see what they roll out against the Minnesota Wild tonight. We'll get into that as we work our way through the rest of the show. We got your Orange and Blue Breakfast coming up here in a little bit as well. 780-218-9999. Where do you like Kane the most in the lineup? I have seen few people say that it'd be the best move the Oilers can make by trading Kane this offseason. And I don't think that's the case. Because if you were to trade, I mean, I guess if you're trading Evander Kane in the offseason, you are looking at you would have somebody coming back in the deal that you would play in the top 6. Because if not, trading Evander Kane to, I guess, just roll with Dylan Holloway next year in the top 6 for a team that's in the cup window right now doesn't really make a lot of sense. I think there's a chance that maybe you get to the playoffs and Evander Kane is a great playoff, and you're like, this guy's going nowhere. So I'm not buying into the trade Kane this offseason chatter right now.
Just yet.
I mean, the guy could score 30 goals this year.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
I mean, I'm just speaking hypothetically.
Yeah. I think the issues that we were seeing with Kane at the end of the last game falls a little bit on the coaching staff for putting him out in some spots that maybe you should know that Evander Kane's not ideally meant to be in, maybe.
Propane Pimp says Gensel, McDavid, Hyman, Kane, Dry, RNH.
Somebody had mentioned suggested Gensel trade, and it was from.
Did they show their work?
No, they showed somebody else's work.
Okay,
It was somebody else's work.
As long as there's work involved.
Oh, was it?
Text line?
Was it NHL Network?
Okay.
Somebody. It was in the nasty chat. Somebody said NHL Network was suggesting Fogle, Bo Akey, a first and a third for Jake Gensel as a rental.
I saw that.
Did you saw that?
It was
you
in
saw
the nasty
that?
chat. It was in the nasty chat, I think.
So you're moving. Akey was recently drafted, right shot D-man, first and a third, and Akey, and Fogle. Pens have to retain
50%
50% retention. I prefer them to get somebody who will also be here next year so they don't have to dump a pile of assets into next year again at the deadline. Trev, what do you think? Is that too much? Is that too much for Gensel just as a rental?
Yeah, for a rental, I would personally wouldn't be doing it. I really do like what the Oilers have in Bo Akey, a second-round pick last year. Solid. Like he's injured right now, so it's kind of haven't been able to watch what he's capable of. But like I'm big on Bo Akey. For me, I mean, if it wasn't a rental, I'd be for it. But it's a rental. Like, come on. Like, that's a lot. That really is.
Rentals can be pricey, though. I mean, they can be pricey.
What's the price you have to pay
Is somebody out there willing to pay
right? Yeah.
prospect, player back? And, you say contract back, but Fogel's more than just a contract. He's got 13 goals. Warren Fogel's going to end up scoring 17, 18 goals this
Contract year Fogel.
What more are you actually expecting from Warren Fogel? So you take Fogle out of the line. If you add Gensel in, your top six is way better, but your bottom six is still exactly the same, and you still got a fourth line that you're not going to want on the ice in the playoffs anyway. And you're bringing in Gensel, who's not even going to play on the power play here.
Penner's Pancake says, for Konechny, yes. Gensel, no.
Exactly. Like, Konechny. Yeah, but Konechny, why are the Flyers trading Konechny? They're third in the...
But he's just illustrating the point that for Gensel...
Don't get me fired up on Konechny right now. Not on a Friday show.
He got a letter.
I sit here for the last 3 weeks and say there should be no price that's too much because you're in a window and you want to go after it. So I guess I can't sit here and go a first and a third, Akey and Fogle is too much for Gensel. I would lean that way, but you're all in.
If it's made,
if you believe
today,
in this team,
pull
the trigger on it, I guess. (780-218-9999) or hit us. And the Bomba guy says 2 words: all in. Right, and that's
sure.
I mean, we can't sit here in this
No matter
market
what.
and say this team has to be all in, and then a trade that's kind of close be like, I don't know. I mean, if there's ridiculous trades that are trickling in, then yeah, you can say stop being stupid. This isn't one of those. I mean, it's an interesting suggestion. I would like to see them bring somebody in without moving a Fogle out, because then you get the bump back down the lineup. All of a sudden, one of the guys who's been moonlighting in your top six is locked into your bottom six. Your bottom six is better, and your top six is better with a Gensel trade without moving out a Warren Fogle. And find a different way to make that happen.
A little bit of term as well. Hey, you wanna.
I mean, you
come back from the hunt.
You
with a
prefer
little
some
bit of
term.
yeah.
You prefer some term. Guys, the Athletics' Eric Duhatschek opined about 5 potential trades ahead of this year's deadline, one of which had the Ottawa Senators trading Tarasenko to the Edmonton Oilers for prospect Raphael Lavoie. Once again,
there were quite a few trade.
Well, it's going to be a great time.
Well, yeah.
We've got 2 weeks until the deadline.
There's a few.
We could sit here every single morning just being like, all right, what's today's show? No guests.
The team you see tonight against the
Just
Wild,
trade talks.
50% of that team is going to be out, and it'll be
Gone.
a whole new team that's going to be coming in prior to the deadline.
Tarasenko makes $5 million. So other things would have to happen. Retention would have to happen. If Raphael Lavoie has to be moved in a package to give the Oilers better odds to win the Stanley Cup this year than they have right now, then you do it.
That's all in.
I mean, you just do it. And that's the spot that you have to be in. Sailor says on the NHL Network they also suggested Holloway instead of Akey, but Elliott shut that down real quick. They were talking to Elliott Friedman on NHL. Yeah, you're not. That's what, like, if they want Dylan Holloway a first and a third and Fogel for Gensel, that's where you say, I know you're all in, but no, that's ridiculous. That's too much. There's a difference there.
What are you, an all-in idiot? Hey,
You got to be a little bit careful there. Little bit careful. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999 if you want to chime in on that one. Corey Perry has obviously been a nice ad. Corey Perry has eliminated the need to hop on another defenseman at some point, or another forward at some point, I should say.
Boone Jenner and it's confetti. Text flies in unsigned.
Oh, we've had the Boone Jenner discussion
We
for
sure
a few
have,
weeks
haven't
now.
we? Any word on Jonathan Taves? Big T from Regina texts in.
I think you're already pushing the limits with Perry, and
I
see
am
what you get out of
all
him,
for
like that guy. But
totally morphing this team to completely different, like a totally different team post-trade deadline.
Northside Sandwiches in and says, I'm thinking you need to fire a ton of assets and overpay to bring in a player and remove all of Campbell and his cap hit on the other side. Calvin C says, I wish we had a fourth line completely comprised of Corey Perry's. The Bomba guy says, what's Fogel going to make next season, though? Can they even afford him? If they can flip him for someone better, why not do that rather than let him walk? Well, but I think Fogel in the bottom six can help you this year in the playoffs. Right? I don't think their forward group is deep enough that you're all of a sudden moving bottom six pieces off to upgrade the top six, because who's going to play in the bottom six then? You need a guy like Fogel. If Fogel walks in the offseason, Fogel walks in the offseason, you spend that money elsewhere. Maybe Fogel's like, the grass isn't going to be any greener anywhere else. Give me slightly more than what I'm making right now, and I'll stay. Even though I know you kind of don't even like what he's making right now.
Part of the core, though. Hey, like he's
Let's not get carried away.
Well, they're friends.
But he's able to get bumped up.
He gets
I think
invited
they like
to
him.
weddings.
They
and
like
stuff.
him.
Yeah.
They like him. 780-218-9999, or you can hit us up in the Nasty Chat. This morning, we got an orange and blue breakfast that we're going to dive into. And then we got Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week, $50 gift card to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor coming up. We still got $50 gift certificate we're going to give away to Hudson's before the end of the show, where we will be tonight for a little EST watch party for the Oilers and the Minnesota Wild. Tommy Gazzola get that pregame show rolling from Hudson's at 5:30 tonight. Puck drop at 7. EST crew will be there.
I'll be there at 5.
You're going to roll in. This guy's going to be there
not?
early. Hey, Tommy, thanks for showing up.
Get the early bird.
Yeah. I probably won't be there till a little bit later than that. I did the math on it, and since I woke up Tuesday morning, I've slept about 11 hours.
Oh, you had the big
so
party.
I'm going to crush a nap this afternoon. It's going to be real nice.
Probably have a little cleanup to do.
Then I'm rolling hot here Friday night. I want to roll in hot.
Uber?
Yeah. Uber over.
Uber down, attaboy.
Uber over. 6 o'clocker lager is available in cans.
Maybe a water massage prior. Hey, you get the big mall. Hey,
That's a great idea.
Get those muscles a little loose.
That's a great idea. You know what? 2 water massage tables at Shanks. EST Funhouse. 2 at least.
Yeah, maybe you take a listener during the first intermission. Go down there and get.
You want to go get a water massage with me?
Yeah.
Let's go get some water massage.
Why not? Hey,
Trevor, you ever had a water massage?
No, I saw it. Is that right? Like right by the pool,
It's
the
right by the
pyro.
pool. Yeah.
I saw that
like
the other
4 or
day. I'm like,
5 in there. It's
is that what
awesome.
Dusty goes in? Like, there's
It's
no.
like
So do you like? Is
You
it
lay
just
right
swim
in it.
trunks? Like that's it?
What?
Swim trunks on or what? Like what do you put
Trevor,
on?
the water doesn't hit you.
No, it's just like a.
It's got, there's like
I didn't know that.
There's like a cloth base that lays
that
down on
makes
top
sense.
of you.
I do love.
Oh my God, Trevor.
Stripping down to the trunks and getting
How does this work?
Getting all wet.
Like does Dusty just tarps off?
No, they lower it down onto. Actually, there is no barrier. But you have to wear your full clothes, and you're just soaking wet
soaked,
after.
yeah.
You're just soaked the entire time.
Post meeting, you want to go?
No, it's great. I am a little bit too long at 6'5". Like my it's a little. I wish it was a little bit longer.
Your feet are out.
But let's not kid ourselves here. It's extremely relaxing. Yeah, my feet are hanging out the other end.
Just like at the airport there. And,
Look like one of those pigs in a blanket.
yeah.
My head's coming on one side. Anytime I land there, all I can think of is when in Lebowski they go to see Larry about his homework. And the guy in the iron lung or whatever's in there.
Iron lung,
his
yeah.
head's out.
It is kind of an iron lung. That is
Kind
what it
of.
is like. That's
Right?
kind of they probably got that model off the.
Anyway, we're going to be at Bourbon Street, Hudson's tonight. And the mall is there. I mean,
It's
I
the
don't
mall,
know.
baby.
We'll see.
Yeah, Paris Jewelers in the mix,
I can't remember the last time I spent like a
some bling.
Friday night at the mall. I guess for our staff party.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
maybe.
I was gonna say.
No, Joaquin Gage is he wants to add to this night of fun and frivolity. Or are you gonna?
Oh, this is a good
Okay.
idea. How about a quick game of balls and some double action over at Caesar's Bingo before the massage?
I tell
Gager,
ya.
what time do you start bingo tonight?
Feeling lucky.
What time does bingo start? I wouldn't mind popping in.
Sure.
Playing some bonanzas. Do they still do bonanzas? Go in and hit some bonanzas and
Yeah.
then get over to that's a good
Get
idea.
you a little treat from Edmonton Coin and Stamp, maybe. Yeah.
I love the mall. I know so many people in Edmonton are like, maybe this is why I'm so fired up for EST Fun Zone at Shanks.
Because
Because
you're
there's like
making
a
your own
mini
mall.
mall. Like
Yeah,
you
there's-
eliminate all the bad parts of the mall and you just have like this awesome place. But I know a lot of Edmontonians are like, oh, like it's like you're cool if you don't go to the mall. But I'm like, why not? I like them. I like going to the mall in the afternoon on a weekday. Like there's nobody there. It's like I can just do whatever I want.
I like going after hours.
Oh, after
Whatever
yeah,
you
you
do.
do like
Yeah,
going
yeah,
after
yeah.
hours. Trev, what do you like?
Coming from a town that has nothing. Like the mall is, like I go there, I'm smiling like the whole time. It blows my mind away. People that say like, it's just someone. No. You don't realize how fortunate you are. Like it is so sick. Oh, I love the mall. I'm with you, Dusty. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's
so much to do. People are smiling.
I've lived within 5 minutes of it now for like 16 years, and I still get fired up when we go.
They make milkshakes in there for crying out loud.
You can do anything.
Can't get milkshakes anywhere near.
Yeah, like back home, like that's what people man. Like, have you heard of the West Edmonton Mall? I'm like, no, like what's that? You know, like it's a huge thing. And then when you come here, it's like, holy crap, there it is.
We came
That
up
is the
here.
mall.
We came up here one time when I was a kid from Cranbrook to do school clothes shopping because you can't buy school clothes in Cranbrook, obviously.
No clothes.
So we came up. Usually we would just go to Lethbridge, but one year my parents were like, "We're going up to Edmonton and we're going to go to the West Edmonton Mall," and it was cool. It's taken a bit of hit since they lost the Disney store. I love the Disney store.
And the fire-breathing dragon up at the theater. If you ever go for a flick up there, people cry
But
about
anyway,
that.
it's still
The
love
roller
it.
coaster.
All right, Oilers and Wild tonight. Anyway, I guess we started this by saying join us for the watch party tonight
At
at
the mall.
Hudson's on Bourbon Street. Yeah, it's at the mall. Man, I love the mall. All right, let's get into it. Oilers and Minnesota Wild tonight. The Wild have been playing much better as of late than they were earlier in the season, trying to get themselves sort of back into the thick of maybe where we expected they would be heading into the year. Just 3 games in the National Hockey League tonight.
And this is the feature one. I mean, the other two are.
Yeah, Winnipeg, Chicago. Nothing against the Jets, but Chicago's not going to move the needle much. Minnesota has won 5 of their last 7. They've won 7 of their 8. They've got points in 6 of their last 7. Wins over Chicago, Pittsburgh, Vegas. They beat Vegas. The others can't beat Vegas. The others have no chance.
Oh, boy.
They beat Arizona, but they beat Arizona 3-1. The others put up 6 on Arizona. Minnesota doesn't have a chance tonight. Buffalo, they lost to in overtime 3-2. They hung that 10 spot on Vancouver and then lost to Winnipeg 6-3 in their last game.
They broke the Canucks. They're calling that the Family Day Massacre out in Vancouver. Hey, that's the one. That's when it all turned.
Oh, what a name. They've played twice already this season. Minnesota beat them 7-4. That was the Bouchard game when he was like directly responsible for 4 goals. We were at Boston Pizza for that one. That was the one where the others were playing well, and I was like, we'll be back for post-game after the others win this thing. And that was in the second. And Gager, stared through my... Yeah, it was not
that
good.
was a night. Yeah, that was...
And then, you remember that one, Trev?
Ryan Hartman, 5-point night that night. That was terrible.
The Hartman game.
Yeah, brutal.
I listened to Stoff break down on the drive home during that. Because I left after, 2?
Well, that's when things were going really bad for them, right?
Yeah, and it just...
Stoff just in a full...
Well, he was just speechless. He was just one of those times where he's just like, I don't know.
Friend of EST, Bob Stoffer.
Geez, man.
Full-blown meltdown. Just like the team did that night. Edmonton bounced back December 8th with a 4-3 win here in Edmonton. As for your projected lineups for tonight, it'll be interesting to see what the Edmonton Oilers do. Boston game was a little all over the place, but when we saw them last, it was McDavid with Hyman and Fogle. Draisaitl with McLeod and Kane, Holloway with Perry and Matthias Janmark. Positive results from that line in that game, I thought. And then the fourth line, Derek Ryan, Sam Gagner, and Connor Brown. If anybody sets up a Connor Brown goal this year, it's going to be Sam Gagner. Sam Gagner will find a way. Mind you, that goes against my theory of his goal coming shorthanded on an odd man rush of some sort.
Yeah.
Because Sam's not going to be out there killing penalties.
I know. Constructed a variety of ways that Connor Brown will score.
If Ryan Nugent-Hopkins would be with McDavid and Hyman, I would think Fogle would slide down, probably take Matthias Janmark's spot. Gagner would be bumped out, and Matthias Janmark slide in on the fourth line. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse, and Ceci, Kulak, and Vincent Desharnais on a blue line that has been insanely healthy all season long. On the other side, for the Minnesota Wild, as I mentioned, they have won 7 of their last 10. Joel Eriksson Ek, Matt Boldy, and Kaprizov together on the top line. Ryan Hartman with Zuccarello and Marcus Johansson. Marco Rossi, Vinny Laterra, and Jake Lucchini. The Rossi, Lucchini, Vinny line, their third line. Connor Dewar pulled a Connor Dewar auto last night in the crack pack break.
The other Connor.
That was disappointing. It was clear cut. You get one card in it. You open it up and it's Connor Dewar. I was like, oh my God, you're killing me. Brandon Duhaime, Freddie Gaudreau on that third line. Middleton and Faber having just a phenomenal rookie season is Brock Faber. Brodin and Declan Chisholm, Dakota Mermis, and John Merrill on the back end. As for a list of guys who aren't tough enough to play hockey tonight, what do you got, buddy?
For the Minnesota Wild, Jared Spurgeon, Pat Maroon, and Marcus Foligno all on the IR this evening, and Zach Bogosian listed as day-to-day. When it comes for the Edmonton Oilers, once again, clean bill of health outside of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who is listed as day-to-day this morning, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Clearly just the illness, so we'll see later on today at skate.
What's your key to a victory this evening, buddy?
Well, there's an analytic staring me right smack dab in the face that I can't seem to ignore here. The Minnesota Wild are funny, and they've kind of been streaky too, like the Oilers this season. But Minnesota has scored on the power play in 6 straight games.
6 straight games. Uh-oh.
They've gone 10 for 28 over that span, 35.7% clip.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I need to tell you about the Oilers' penalty kill here.
No!
You can add that up there. Minnesota, 6 straight games scoring with the man advantage. The Oilers, since February 9th, have allowed goals in 7 straight games on the man disadvantage. So that's going to be something I'll be looking at tonight. Shore up the PK, perhaps, is the key to a victory. One of many keys to a victory.
Game day prediction tonight.
David gets that goal.
Oh, it's so lame to keep being like, McDavid's going to score, but he's got to score tonight, right?
Broken
7
clock.
games without a goal? I'm going to say it right now.
It's gonna happen.
Connor McDavid scores tonight. Twice.
Why?
What do you think about that? We're going to be at Hudson's. McDavid's going to get 2. I'm going to be carried around there for a brief moment because I am heavy.
Water massages on this guy.
Moment,
Hey, you'll be leading us all down to the...
If Connor McDavid scores 2 tonight, I will treat one person at Hudson's to a water massage. They're going to get it. I'm not going to get one. I'm going to stand right next to their head the entire time and be like, how's the pressure? How are things? Do you want to listen to some music? That's what we'll do. So that'll be a celebration.
That's the giveaway tonight. That's the, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be.
I think
that's
Come
probably
on,
Connor.
Right? That's what you do.
No.
The Orange and Blue Breakfast brought to you by Mobile One and Blue Water Group, Blue Water Lubricants. Blue Water Group was founded in 1974, Canada's largest independent distributor of mobile-branded lubricants. And they want to thank everyone for 50 great years. It always blows my mind. We've been going for 6 months. It's been a lot of fun. It's awesome. There's a lot of great memories. Imagine these guys. 50 years, for goodness sakes. I'm sure our contact over there, old Skaggs, he's probably watching that F1, the new season of the F1 show on Netflix right now.
That's dropping too, eh?
Drive to Survive, for sure. If you want your vehicle to run, use Mobile One. Damn, I can't get over how good your zoom is.
Pewin.
Do the first one again.
Now I'm pressure now.
Drive to Survive drops today. You can't do that.
When they switch tires.
You should try beatboxing sometime.
No, my lips are
You
vibrating.
look pretty good there. All right. We've got Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. We're going to try this Sutter beer. Right? Okay, good. I was nervous. I was like, maybe we're not.
We have to swear.
We do the switcheroo here as we get set. We will have 1 minute and 20 seconds. Ooh, Eric's getting the early start. I like it. Beer of the Week. Go.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week on The Nielsen Show, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
20 seconds. All right, it is time for Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. This segment's also brought to you in podcast form. Trev, don't worry, we're good. We got it. Just put the shot back up to a 2-shot. We're good to go. You'll find it on YouTube. If you go to the Edmonton Sports Talk YouTube channel, Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. And all your podcasting platforms, just search the Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week podcast. And if you hate all of our content, except this one, you can get it exclusively on its own podcast. Scott, how you doing, man? Fantastic. Wait a sec. That's on me. There we go. Go ahead, Scott. How you doing?
Still fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll just keep talking until...
You just keep going. Here.
I'll just keep rolling.
Please.
You want Europa?
I got it.
Europa draw?
I pushed the magical ear button. You know what? You guys should have talked about the Europa draw. Don't shake your head at me. I don't know why the ear button would have been off. You know, it's wild to me. Maddie's just giving me the death stare here. Like
he's been waiting.
Yeah.
I didn't turn it off. What happened yesterday was but it's on now.
You're in trouble.
But it is on and it's working. I can't take them off now. We wouldn't hear them. Anyway, what happened? What happened, Matt, was I walked by this yesterday and I tripped it and I knocked it off.
Oh,
and then, that's why so many things to fix. Anyway, Matt, we're trying to do a show here.
Yeah.
My goodness,
he is hot.
Oh yeah, he's
hot.
all fired up over there today.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be prepping for the hangout? Yeah, if you should have talked about Europa League draw when the mic was
When
off.
the mic was off? No, but
it's funny you mention it though, when the mic magically turns back on.
Exactly.
So maybe
They're waiting.
But soccer people love draws for things, eh?
Because it's exciting.
There's
Get
just so
all
many
the
of
balls in the pot. You don't know what's going to happen.
They're picking him number 3 Liverpool play number whatever it is, and then you're like, oh, and who's going to
and who's from this bucket? If it's that team, you got to go to the other bucket because this bucket can't play that.
You
bucket.
must spend a lot on Lotto 649 tickets.
That's
eh?
what this is.
It's
a
a lottery. Yeah, you don't know what country your fans are going to have to travel to. Like home and away support. Like I mean, it's
so
a
how
big,
quickly
big deal.
after the draw is done do the matches begin?
I think they Mario 7.
Matches ended yesterday, and then they did the draw like overnight type of thing.
Okay, and
So
now but when do the
everything
next ones go?
7th and 14th.
Yeah, early March.
Yeah.
See, so now, but that's not. Well, I guess overseas it doesn't take too long to get to places.
No.
I was gonna say when you're like, what country going? You just hop on a train and go.
Yeah. It's pretty quick.
I'm a European traveler myself.
K or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, some of them go way out in the east. Like you got to go almost to Asia.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then others will be down to sunny Spain or a nice
So in the draw, you're hoping to get like Red Deer, and they're like, oh, easy.
Yeah,
to
or
get
like
the
a
whole fan
nice
base down there.
sunny,
Yeah.
beach
Like
side or something. Yeah.
We're going to Portugal. Rangers are going to Portugal, I think.
bad.
So that's a good one. That's a nice,
Can't
easy
go
one to
wrong
go
with
to.
that,
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here today? How about the chatting with the Sutters? today?
Were
That
they
was a lot of
great?
fun.
They were
good.
awesome. Yeah, they were
really
super.
good.
They were super good. And the stories make beers. Got to have a good beer afterwards to back up the story they've got. I mean, sit and have a beer with those guys. Would be a lot of fun. So yeah, we're gonna try Origin Brewing, Origin Malting and Brewing, I should say. They do everything. Their slogan's
We've
fantastic.
done this before,
We have,
right? Yeah.
So they have the We Grow beer, right? So they are the 5th generation farm. They grow their own ingredients. It's a very, very cool story, and it ties perfectly with the Sutters, with the farming and small community type stuff. So yeah, we're gonna try the 6 Sutter Shooters beer. It's a lager, very, very easy drinking, nice, end of the day, hard working kind of beer, right? We all love lagers. Then we got a porter, we got a brown ale, and then we got an IPA. So we're gonna hit kind of a full spectrum of beers here. So these are the 6 Sutter Shooters are 6-packs. They're the beer of the week. They're in stores right now. I know people were asking if they were live.
Yeah.
Now they are. They're in store. $12.99 for a 6-pack of small cans. I mean, that's a phenomenal price. You get them now in all of our stores. And we'll start with that one before we go on to kind of the darker
I want to get
beers.
to a quick text here
Sure.
from Dudley, who says, walking through the warehouse when that Beer of the Week interlude came on, and I instantly felt the need to throw a little strut in my walk, and I even threw out a couple of finger pistols.
Nice.
Right?
It does that mood,
it does
yeah.
make sense. We get a good starting song.
It is
Okay,
a good
so
start.
this looks clear. This
Yeah,
is
nice, easy. We're talking 5% alcohol, all malt beer, perfect. Just it's an after work beer. It's a after work on Friday. It's a perfect Friday beer. Nice small can.
Ball tournament.
Ball
if you will.
tournament. Yeah.
As the Sutters are saying.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's really, really nice. Again, Origin makes their ingredients are from their own farms. I mean, how much more fresh can you get?
You got to trust it.
Right?
Right? It's your own stuff.
Yeah, so great beer.
All right, well, cheers to the Sutter family here, right? Let's
Cheers,
boys.
Take these down. Here we go. Let's test this.
Clean.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious.
So you're getting that there's a different flavor
What's right at the end there? That's really good.
So this is it's an all malt beer. So a lot of times they'll add another fermenting agent or something else to that. This one is 100% malt beer. So it really kind of showcases the ingredients they have at the farm. So you're getting a little bit of an aftertaste. You're getting a little bit of a flavor profile that in lagers you clean crisp. This one's got a little linger to it.
Just a little different. It's
Just a
that
touch.
after. Yeah,
Just a touch. Almost like a velvety, like a coating. It's a delicious, really kind of cool
That's just
finish.
because of the way it's done.
And again, it's just the ingredients they use and the way the way they brew it. Really,
it comes in clean and crisp, but then there is a little bit of
flavor.
taste
Just
it's
that
nice.
flavor that is theirs. It's a flavor that is that beer. But it's just so well done. It's just a really, again, $12.99 for a 6-pack of small cans is a phenomenal deal. So yeah, check it out for sure. So we're gonna go dark. We're gonna go right into a porter here.
Oh yeah.
Look at the color. I want to, don't want to save this one till the end because it is delicious.
Is that so? But usually you do. I mean, that's in the beer kind of.
boy.
Why are we doing this now? Just you're jumping the queue.
Because it's so good, and we've got a brown ale and an IPA, and I don't want us to hit the 6.5% IPA next, which will kind of could kind of throw your palate off for a loop. I want you to taste this one because it really does.
Look at that thing. Oh, my goodness.
The beer alarm.
Sounds like a conch cup. That was good.
So just because there's so much flavor in this porter, 5.5% porter, I wanted us to taste it now because you're gonna get dark chocolate.
It smells great.
Velvety texture. Just a really beautiful dark beer. The darkness porter, and the name is perfect. I mean, if you put this one beside that 6 Sutter shooter, I mean, there couldn't be more polar opposites than these two beers. But
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, yeah.
But smells
chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? Little roast coffee.
Cheers to the Europa League draw.
You got it.
Yeah, there we go.
What do you think? You're going to be a porter guy.
I'm trying it. What's going on? What do we got here? We got the chocolate. We got the
coffee.
You get a little coffee there.
It's more chocolatey to me than coffee.
100%.
I got that going.
Strong cocoa.
Yeah.
Like powdered chocolate is kind of the flavor I get.
Yeah,
like,
that
kind of.
It is, yeah. Not the sugary sweet
not
stuff.
Not sugary sweet stuff. Just kind of a coating top of your palate. Kind of like when you take if you have a spoonful of hot chocolate. Like that kind of coats the top of your mouth kind of flavor. Again, 5.5%. It's not heavy. It's not thick. It's just it's still refreshing. Still a really kind of full body, delicious.
That was good.
Yeah,
Real nice.
really good. Okay, so let's go brown ale. This is the Old Dog, 5%, rich malt again, backbone to this beer. We're gonna get again more chocolate, but this one's gonna be lighter. You can see the kind of the difference in the color, difference in the pour. It's kind of like that light. I don't want to say light porter because they're very different beers.
Ale-ish,
but it's a brown ale, so you're gonna get a little bit of toffee in this one. You're still gonna get some of that chocolate flavor. That
you can smell the toffee.
Yeah,
yeah, but this one's gonna be a little sweeter, a little bit more of a sweetness to it than the porter is going to have. But again, another nice, beautiful little lighter brown ale. Brown ales are great. Kind of full flavor, complex flavors in brown ales.
All right. Cheers to the new iHeartRadio partnership.
Well done, boys.
With, Edmonton Sports Talk.
I heard
Cheers.
you.
Yeah.
Yum. So you can taste the difference.
Yeah, definitely at the end there.
Yeah. I find this one just a sweeter.
It's not as serious as the.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, this is a little more fun.
It's like it's a gateway drug to a stout.
Yeah, for sure.
Porter.
Yeah. Again, where the porter had that really kind of thick, rich cocoa, this one's a little more fun chocolate. Like it's a little lighter on the palate than the other one. So, and now let's finish it off with a really nice IPA, 6.5%, West Coast style, tropical flavors, awful pour. But you're gonna have to deal with it.
Look at this.
I know. Mine's gonna be perfect though. Don't worry.
Yours is also awful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I like a lot of
Eric's is
head.
going to
Give
be
me
perfect.
the head.
All right, perfect. There you go. It actually
nice.
pours really
That's
nicely.
nice.
This is one of those beers again that we talk about. Pour fast, let those bubbles breathe.
Yeah.
Lots of different hops, and this was dry hopped, creating that balanced, full flavor. I mean, this is a beautiful IPA. Strong alcohol, strong flavor, deliciousness.
All right, let's cheers to. What do you want to cheers to, Rick?
The mall?
The mall. The mall. That's a good
The
one.
mall.
Do you love the mall? Or
I never spend a lot of time there. My daughter works there now, so I spend more time there than I have ever in the past. I didn't grow up in Edmonton, so
Plans tonight?
yeah, heading to the mall. Yeah, you could people watch there all day. People watching is like
there
number
might be
one
no better
activity.
place in the
My
country.
favorite
people
sport.
watch
It's a
there.
great people watching spot.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
boys.
To the mall.
There you go. Mango, stone fruit, pineapple,
Oh, it's very
tropical.
Smooth. Whoa, you're right. As you said them, I was getting the taste just as you were knocking them down
Tons
there.
of tropical.
This just tastes like vacation, man.
Yeah, 100%.
I love it.
Hot weather, plus 10 outside, ridiculousness.
I mean, most of my vacations are just back to Cranbrook. But
Tropical.
still, I mean, it feels tropical.
It feels tropical.
Yeah, it feels
vacation's
tropical.
a vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You're right.
So, yeah.
That's true. All right, we've got a $50 gift card right now to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. All you have to do is text in at 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube, text in. Don't do it in YouTube. Just text in 780-218-9999. Text in Beer Me, and you will go into the draw for $50 gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. Let's dive into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, get it done at William Huff. Bruce and his team have been doing this since 1972, so they are the leader in the biz at making your place look real nice. Visit them, williamhuff.com. Let them wrap your place of work, your home, maybe even your body if you have to wear those Major League Baseball pants. And people are going to be able to see your junk, which is going to make for an awkward baseball season. That's for sure. Eric, what did we learn on the show today?
Hog season. Well, today is the day. You tweeted out yesterday, tomorrow on the Nielsen Show, big news. Tomorrow is today, and we had that news at 8 o'clock at YEG Sports Talk on Twitter, our Facebook page, all the other social media sites. We do have a video that just dropped. We are live on iHeartRadio. That'll be Monday, February 26th. It's great. We love to be there. Again, rubbing shoulders and elbows with the big boys of the radio industry again, eh? There's EST coming in on the scene here. Here we are. I heart you and I heart this. And
it is hilarious.
Yeah, iHeartRadio's back. Watch the video. We got it all
hilarious.
up there. And
yeah.
Another way to listen.
Oh, look at those jerseys.
LTE.
Hey, that's me.
These are our jerseys for the showdown this weekend. Thanks, man.
Those are pretty slick.
Look at this thing. This is huge. I love it.
How big's your gear?
It's a jersey.
You playing goal?
He's a goal.
I love a big jersey. That's why I got like a huge
Swimming
size.
in
I
it.
was just like, let's go. That's exciting. Yeah, this is real nice. Take off the headphones here.
Yeah, get on.
Sunday, you can swing down and join us. DCA, we're going to be raising money. Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Look at this. These are nice. High quality jerseys.
nice. Those look good.
I like
Those
it. We're
look
looking
good.
forward
it's a
to it.
90s fit.
Heavy Hockey Crew is going to be on the hangout coming up here at 9 o'clock today, right after we wrap. Let's get to your sound of the day today. We got to finish off the Atif song, right? We've been playing it in like 30 seconds.
Are we near the last chapter
Let's
here?
find out how Atif ends another brilliant piece.
I'm gonna roll into that dressing room and have a talk with them. It's also Friday. It is Sobeys Beer of the Week.
Beer of the
Week. So all you AM nasties, have a wonderful day and a great weekend.
Oh, the big finish. The big finish on the no. Oh, played it again. It worked out really well that we went to that right after Sobeys Safeway Liquor of the Week, and he goes, and it's also Friday. Sobeys Safeway Liquor of the Week.
Charted the whole show.
No. I like how we went through this for 3 hours today, and Atif did save the big finish for us, though. Listen to this. No. That's your sound of the day today.
Wow.
I do appreciate the text that came in a little bit earlier that said Atif sounded like he was hiding under his sheets with a flashlight, recording it so his parents didn't get mad. That was pretty good.
He is in a hostel.
Text of the day for A&W today. Let's go A&W text of the day. If you've not yet tried the spicy piri piri, buddy, what are we even doing here? They're only $3.99. Piri piri sauce, crispy whole leaf lettuce, sliced tomato, red onion, all served with your choice of a chicken patty, a beef patty, or hash brown patty. Tell your buddies the new spicy piri piri, buddy, is just $3.99. Zip through the drive-thru. I love that whole leaf lettuce. You know what? I don't know if I hate anything more in this world than shredded lettuce.
Really?
Shredded lettuce drives me nuts.
On like a nice flat burger or something. There are times.
I don't have lettuce on a burger. Are you nuts? What do you mean what? What do you mean what right now?
You need lettuce on a burger.
You don't put lettuce on a burger.
Yeah, nice crispy lettuce. Nice.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
You
don't put lettuce on a burger.
Yeah, you do.
That's gross. Join us. Text of the day. Let's get to text of the day here for A&W. Here are your two contenders, Rick. These are the two that I shortlisted a little bit earlier on. Vance Van Vandervan was in. Said games on Friday and Saturday, and I'm going to the game on Saturday. Alcohol to my liver.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Or Red, who texted in today and said, William Huff can wrap their legs pregame. William Huff?
Huff.
All right, William Huff.
Sure.
Congratulations. Red. That's Red. Write it down. REDD. Red. Congratulations. You won text of the day. You're going to A&W with a hilarious, the baseball pants are too see-through, so Bruce and the team of William Huff can just wrap those legs right up.
You tell him we sent you.
You tell him you tell him you're coming to WilliamHuff.com. All right, before we go, join us today. We will be, Tommy's got pregame at 5:30. Hudson's on Bourbon Street, EST watch party, which means the whole crew is going to be out there tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Swing on by. Tommy's got the $10 GCs, the $20 GCs. We got a $50 GC for you right now. If you'd want to win a $50 gift certificate to Hudson's, all you have to do, text in right now. Just text in Hudson's to 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Text Hudson's to the inbox right now. Eric will pick one of you after the show. We'll be in touch with a $50 gift certificate to Hudson's. Join us tonight. Should be a real good time because they're at the mall. You're never having a bad time at the mall.
It's the mall.
And you're at Hudson's. It's like the best of both worlds. It's going to be a really good time tonight. Join us for the pregame as the Oilers take on the Minnesota Wild. We'll be there for the entire evening. Should be a lot of fun. So make some plans to pop by West Edmonton Mall and Hudson's a little bit later on. Scott, thanks for coming by, man.
My pleasure.
For YouTube, Trev and Zach who's hanging out today, and Lieutenant Eric and Scott, I am Dustin Nielson. We got the hangout coming up. It's going to be a good one today. Make sure you stick around. Turn on autoplay on YouTube. It'll take you right on over. If you're listening at EdmontonSportsTalk.com or tune in or iHeart, you'll hear a little bit of Whale and the Wolf, and then the hangout will be coming up. I'll be back with Lock Shop. Winnipeg plays tonight. Edmonton plays tonight. Huss and I have a lot to say about that. And then the Oil Stream with myself and Tommy Gazzola on a game day here at 1 o'clock on Edmonton Sports Talk. Have a great day. Tell your friends about EST and take it easy.